Wow, I was muted that whole time. That's so awkward.
It's fucking
Nice,
great.
nice. See, this is where the rookies come in. So, welcome everybody. We'll try this whole spiel once more. Totally rehearsed, I promise. Welcome to episode 1 of Kingmaker Legacies. We are running back some of the original cast, brand new characters this time around. But we've also, of course, got Danielle, who's joining us new this time, and we're all very excited to have her with us. So hopefully you guys join us for the entirety of the journey, or at least as much as you can. We will be running every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. until we can no longer handle it. One of our members is just putting his Rugrats to bed and will be joining us soon as he can. In the meantime, we of course have, I'm of course Scotty. I'll be playing Rowan Durant for the duration of this. We have Jason, of course, over here. I keep forgetting it's on the other side. Is our game
Hello.
master. So he will be directing this cast of characters. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves as well, and then we'll hand it over to Jason.
Okay. I'm Rebecca. I will be playing Tahini.
Excellent.
I am Carlos, and I will be playing Raspin Quocus.
Excellent. You're muted.
You're muted.
There we go.
Sorry, first timer. I'm Danielle, and I'll be playing Emerus Ray.
Excellent. All right, and we have Travis, who will be joining us a little bit later, and he is playing Willick. So, without further ado, Jason.
All right, guys. So first off, everybody, welcome to Kingmaker Legacies. So, so everybody knows, we have a sponsor this time around.
What?
Yep, we have a sponsor. Our stream, for now and for the foreseeable future, will be sponsored by the Deck of Many. Scott should have a little icon on the stream somewhere for that. Yep, he's pointing at where it is right now. The Deck of Many makes 5th edition D&D reference cards. Now, I know we're playing Pathfinder, they make 5th edition stuff, but they're really awesome. They're good friends of ours, and they're actually looking at making Pathfinder reference cards. So, what we need is for people to contact the Deck of Many. So just tweet at them at the Deck of Many. Let them know that yes, you do want the Pathfinder reference cards. Let them know what kind of reference cards you want for that. Just so that they know that there is interest in it. And also so that they have a little bit more to reference when they go to Paizo going, hey, we want to make this. They can go, hey, we want to make this. Also, people want it. So I do have a little bit of them with me so people can see them. So reference cards like this. So this is Baby Mimic, has some nice artwork, the little line of it, its name and its CR, and then on the back has all the rules and stats, everything you need for it, right on one card. So if you're a dungeon master like me, you don't have to dig around in the monster manual to find your monsters. You can just have the card ready to go.
That way you also don't have to mess up your monster manual with all sorts of little, sticky tabs all hanging out of it. So
yeah, it's nice. But yeah, so they currently have an assortment of decks. They have 3 monster decks, a deck of NPCs, which is nice. My personal favorite, the deck of conditions, so that if a status condition, player at your table gets a status condition, you just hand them the card, and boom, good to go. They know exactly what the condition is and what happens to them. I also have a nice deck of many, and they also have a weapons deck. So, like I said, right now they're 5th edition. They want to get some Pathfinder stuff out there, so let them know that that's something that you would be interested in. They also are taking pre-orders for an animated spell deck. So all the spells currently in 5th edition, they're doing decks for, and they're going to be animated. So they're like lenticular animations. So when you move the card back and forth, you get to watch the animation happen. I saw them at PAX Unplugged this past weekend, and they are amazing.
excellent.
So, yep, go and check them out, thedeckofmany.com. All right, so I guess it's time to actually begin. So I'm going to take a quick drink of water for this.
You can see here, of course, all of our little people, all of our little icons have been all deftly placed and named for all of your benefit. Let me see if I can give you a bit of a zoom in on those because they look pretty sweet. So we've got Emrys, Rowan, Willick, Raspin, and Tahini. It's
Yep.
pretty sweet.
So those will be the kind of character models that we use throughout the game to identify them on the maps and stuff that we play on, so everybody can kind of get an idea of who is who, just so we know when we start. All right. So it's time to begin. A group of adventurers was given a charter by the ruler of Restov to travel south and clear out the stolen lands, being able to settle and keep the land as repayment for ridding the surrounding area of its troubles. The adventurers removed the threats and settled the area, developing a nation from those who already lived in the rough area, or for those looking to start a new life. They called their region the Summerlands, and worked hard to protect their new citizens and defend their lands. 4 generations have passed since the rulers of the Summerlands reclaimed the territory from the wilds, bandits, and even Fae, if their stories are to be believed. The nation is prosperous, its borders solidified, and acknowledged fully by the surrounding political powers. Decades of peace have begun to soften the once hardy citizenry. When the first tale of the walking flames, coming down from the mountain, and burning farms, it is disregarded as a drunkard attempting to cover up his own mistake. However, when the second and even third accounts arrive, the leadership begins to take notice and worry. What is attacking these outlying farms? A token guard force is sent to investigate, but ultimately turns up nothing. Finally, after the Leviton orchard is completely annihilated by flame, does the ruling council decide to put out a call for adventurers to once again help the nation. This leads us to where our story begins. New Varnhold is a large town on the eastern front of the Summerlands, resting right on the border of the Noman Highlands. It is morning, the town becoming a hustle and bustle as townsfolk and traveling merchants get on with their business days. Slowly, more and more carts begin moving along the roads through the town, some traveling southwards, but most headed back north towards the border with Brevoy. It is in this morning rush at the Iron Lion Inn where a staff is busy getting patrons their breakfast. Pushing in and out of the kitchen door, the sense of fresh breads and cooked ham escaping each time, the staff brings food into the large dining room at the back of the inn. A plate of slightly overfried ham, eggs, and 3 slices of rich dark bread is set onto the table in front of a gnome fiddling with a small red die absently in one hand while staring off at the ceiling. A second plate is half dropped, half placed onto the table, carrying sliced apples spiced with cinnamon. The disruptive clatter is enough to break Raspin from his thoughts. The middle-aged human who has sat down your food shakes his head at you. I know they said to leave town, but that doesn't mean you should sit around here all morning either.
I don't know. I'm just kind of processing what happened yesterday. It was a lot.
Understandable, but we do have limited table space and a lot of patrons to get through this morning. So, if you don't mind, eat quickly. And he turns and heads back to the kitchen.
I guess I'll pick up my food a little bit and can I look around and see if I can see my new friend? Is my new friend around?
You do not see her anywhere. Mostly the dining area is currently crowded with what looks to be like most of the merchants and stuff in the hotel, eating their meals and getting ready to head out for the day.
Well, if she's not in the dining area, maybe she's still in one of the rooms.
Possibly.
Let's go looking for my new friend. She's exciting and this is boring. So what'll that be, Jason?
I mean, you know where the rooms are. You know she's down the
just go-
hall from you. I mean, so there are. Let's see. Headed from your room down the hallway, there are 4 rooms left on the right-hand side, and there's 5 rooms on the left.
We'll just start knocking on them one at a
Oh,
time.
God.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm feeling lucky.
Give me a general intelligence check. See if you have a better idea of where to start than just simply starting.
I definitely don't. I'm just feeling lucky.
Okay. A 16. So you're pretty sure you can start. You should start towards the other end of the hall than you. You do remember that she was further down. So would you like to start on the right or the left?
We'll start on the right.
So the fun bit for everybody at home is that you will get to watch all of our rolls in chat here, except for mine as the GM, because I use actual dice to roll, because the players then can't see. There's no answer from the door you are knocking on currently.
We'll stick to that side and just go to the next one.
So you knock on the door, and the door. A couple minutes, you hear. Yeah, just give me a moment, please.
Does it sound like my friend?
It does not.
Wrong room. I'm sorry. You can go back to whatever you're doing.
Okay.
We'll keep going down the right side.
Okay. That room apparently is unoccupied. There's nobody in response.
All right.
Next one. All right, so you knock on the door. Almost immediately, the door opens. Standing in front of you is a human male with long brown hair and blue eyes, and wearing kind of like a red robe currently. He looks at you and he's like, how can I help you?
You can't. I'm looking for my friend. I'm sorry. I must have the wrong room.
Friend, huh?
Yeah.
And
I met her last night. I'm looking for her.
He's like, I should. Wouldn't happen to be, Never mind. Just, if I were you, I'd try the door down and to the left. 2 doors down.
Much appreciated.
He's like, don't get too enamored with her. We leave tomorrow. Closes the door.
It's far too late for that, friend.
You're currently talking to a closed door, but okay.
I am not bothered at all. We will go try the door he indicated.
Okay. You knock on the door. Tahini, there's a knock at your door.
Coming! Go over. Open the door. Look out.
There's no one there.
I kind of look around. Look down. Oh. Hi.
I found you.
Yes. From last night, right?
Yeah.
What'd you say your name was again?
Raspin.
Raspin. What's up?
What are you doing today? Because this is boring, and I'm stuck here, and you're stuck here. Did you tell your friend across the hall that you're stuck here? He seems to think that you're leaving.
No, I didn't really get into that.
All right, well that's your problem for later. Let's go do something. Have you heard of a game called Six Sons?
I haven't, and I don't think I can leave.
Well that's perfect because I can go teach you how to play Six Sons. Let's go. You'll love it. You'll love it. It'll be great. It'll be great.
I can't leave the room though.
I don't understand.
Don't-
You know what? It's fine. I'll come in.
I open the door and allow him to walk in.
Okay. Her room is pretty similar as yours. Is a simple bed, although nice, and small table with a chair sitting at it against the wall that's basically supposed to be used as a desk.
Have you eaten breakfast yet?
No, I have not.
Perfect. I'm going to take out some of the cured meats that I bought the day before. I'm going to give us each a pile of them, and I'm going to start teaching her how to play the game of chance that I learned earlier this week.
Okay, so you teach her how to play Six Suns.
Mm-hmm. With the meat?
Yeah.
With the meat.
All right. So you guys get about 30 minutes together. So Tahini learns that Six Suns is a dice game that involves betting and rolling dice and trying to get a set of just one number, and whoever at the end of the game has the most of a single number, ties being won by whoever has the higher number, gets the pot at the end of the game. Yeah.
Who wins?
Yes. It seems like Raspin wins
No.
slightly more often than you do. But that could just be because he wins a lot of the earlier rounds just because he has a better grasp of what's going on.
Right.
But as your time progresses, you start to win a little bit more and more.
Very nice.
The games go relatively quickly since there's only 2 players. It's actually supposed to be a game for like 4 to 6 players.
I think I'm getting the hang of this now.
I think so too. You're doing great. Isn't this fun?
This is fun.
Yep. Okay. So you guys are interrupted as the door to Tahini's room opens. And there, once again standing, is this man with brown hair and blue eyes. He is now wearing the red armor of a summer guard. His gold scimitar in his red sheath at his side. Looks in and goes, "Well, that's not what I expected when I opened the door. But hey, that's good, I think. So, Tahini, come on, we need to go eat breakfast, and then we have to go meet some people."
All right. I follow him to the door.
Okay. So he leads you downstairs, takes you to the back of the inn where the sort of dining area is. You guys sit at a table, and he orders breakfast. You guys are just sitting there. All breakfast is being prepared. Raspin, when they leave the room, what do you do?
I'm probably just going to follow them.
Okay.
I'm just going to invite myself along.
Okay. So you sit at the table.
So Raspin, where are you from?
Here, there, everywhere. Can't really let yourself get tied down.
You mean you don't stay at one place specifically?
Not for too long.
Oh. Why is that?
It's boring.
Boring, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's so many things to do. New foods to try, new games to learn. I like that one. I like learning new games.
You even taught me a new game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The human sitting at the other side of the table seems to trying to like ignore your conversation for the most part. So he's just like waiting for food to show up. Yeah. So 15 minutes goes by, and then your food comes out, and the waiter sits it down, and then looks at you guys, and then looks at Raspin, and goes, "You were here earlier?"
I have one of those faces.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Were you here when I took their order?
No.
Maybe I missed you. I mean, okay. What would you like?
You know what? I'm okay.
Are you okay? Sure. And he looks at you two, and he's just like, glances at the summer guard that you were with, and he's just like, if you need anything, just let us know, please. And then goes off.
I turn to Raspin and say, "Would you like any of my breakfast?"
No.
You sure?
You know what? The food here is actually not. I'll look around and then lower my voice. It's not that great. You should, if you want a real breakfast, you should go over to the Pink Pig. I would be happy to get the two of you something nice there.
Well, that's very kind of you, but I think we have plans for the day.
Oh,
Summer
really? What
Summer
plans
Guard-
are those?
Summer guard looks up at you, and he's just like, me and the young lady here will be going to the barracks after we finished our breakfast.
Those are the ones that I stopped through on my way in, right?
No. The
No,
barracks
okay.
that he is speaking of is a barracks actually in the town. Speaking
Oh.
of the town.
Ooh.
All right. So let me pull up. Here. Okay. There we go. All right. So, you guys are currently at the Iron Lion, which on the map is the red number 1. So, kind of northish along the main road coming in from the north. It's the first building on the left.
Yep.
Okay. So that is that building. So the barracks that you speak of, let's see. Last night you guys were at the Burnished Top. The Burnished Top is here at number 6. So the barracks are actually, you know this from just generally wandering around town, is this large number 14. It's at the south. This is the barracks. That is where they are apparently headed for breakfast.
And what will you be doing there?
He's like, I need to report in with Tahini here, and we'll be discussing some things with the other staff members. Be there for a good part of the day.
That doesn't sound very exciting.
Nope, it sounds real boring to you.
It probably won't be. I'm sorry. What plans do you have for the day?
Well, I was going to leave, but I'm not supposed to do that now.
Yep, you remember from the night before, Raspin was told not to leave town until he was told that he could.
Yep. Maybe I can catch up with you in the evening once we're done doing whatever we're doing.
I could just come along.
The summer guard gives you this dead eye stare, and you're just like, no,
I can be very helpful. I'll
no,
have you know.
no.
I mean, he could join us. I mean, what trouble could it?
No.
I've seen my way in and out of a fair share of trouble. Mostly into trouble, but I haven't let that stop me.
What trouble could a gnome get into?
Let me tell you, plenty.
Looks
To
like
meet up after our business is concluded at the barracks, that is totally fine. Teeny will have the evening free.
I'll catch up with you later then.
All right. I will find a way to entertain myself.
Good luck, my friend.
Okay. So, you know his name is Alon. Looks at you and is like, "Okay, you finished with breakfast?"
Yep.
Okay.
And I take like one more roll and stuff it into my mouth.
Okay. I see that Travis has joined us finally.
Yay!
Can you hear me?
Yep, we sure can. So we
Just
have,
working.
yep, we have just started playing, so you're here at a good time. All right, so Tahini,
Mhm.
Alon stands up, leads you out of the inn's door, and takes you down the street, past the market square, continuing on down the street to the barracks.
Mhm.
Where he will lead you into the barracks. Raspin, what are you doing now?
The market probably opens pretty early. I guess I should go back to the general store and see if where are my notes? And see if they have any new information about who might be interested in my plot of land.
Sure. Okay. So back to the station. So the station is this large building right here. So you head back to the station. The town is much busier than what you expected it to be. There's a lot of people rolling through with carts and stuff. As you enter the market square, it looks like there's a lot of people have already come in early in the morning just kind of set up their cart for the day, selling various fruits and stuff out of them.
Is there anything that looks especially exotic that I might not have seen before?
Let's take a look. No, it looks like it's pretty much the same sort of assortment as it was before.
All right, then we'll head straight over to the station.
Okay, you enter the station. You see the two men that were there yesterday, along with a human female that is there. She seems to be talking to what you can guess is probably a group of customers. She's talking to three men, and let's see here. Yeah, Borgut is behind the counter again. He's currently unoccupied. Similarly, his son is just kind of seems to be like stocking shelves essentially. He's kind of carrying in a couple bags of feed and putting them out.
Hey, Borgut.
Looks over. He's like, "Ah, the short one, you come back."
Of course, I always come back.
Oh, that's good. Yes. I managed to ask my wife Sarah. Points over at the human woman that's helping the other customers about the plot of land. She asked where it was specifically, so when she's free, she'll come over and she'll take a look at your deed and tell you what she thinks.
That sounds perfect.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how was your night?
It was eventful.
Oh. What's kind of eventful? Tell me.
Been a while since I've been in a good old-fashioned bar brawl.
Oh. Bar brawl.
Did you hear anything about what happened at the top?
The top, you say? No. I did not hear anything about what happened at the top.
All right, it's probably best that I not say anything. But needless to say, I'll be here a little bit expected.
Oh. Huh. Ah, yeah. My lovely wife. This is the short friend I was telling you about yesterday, who has the deed to the land that he's looking to sell. Did you hear anything about what happened at the top last night? She looks at him. She looks at you, and she's just like, "Hi, Borgut, why don't you go help Vance fill the shelves? And I'll watch the counter while I talk to our friend here." And Borgut's like, Oh, okay. This is, yep, okay. He walks out from around the counter and goes to help his son. She's standing next to you, and she's just like, so, your name wouldn't happen to be Raspin, would it?
It sure would. I see my reputation precedes me.
Yes. Well, Raspin, I am the mayor of New Varnhold, Sarah, and I did hear what happened at the top last night. Oh, it's interesting that you were also the one that has the deed that my husband spoke to me of last night. So, let me see this deed.
I will present it to her.
Okay, she looks at it. She goes behind the counter. She pulls out a map, unrolls it, looks at the deed, uses her fingers along the measurement line, and starts measuring on the map. You see that she measures it right to the base of what looks to be, like where there's some drawings on the map of different symbols and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, have you been to see this plot of land?"
Briefly.
Yes. Fortunately, it's not very good. She's like, now, I mean, obviously, any plot of land is worth something. Just not worth nearly as much as what a plot of land for orchard growing should be worth. You'll be lucky to sell it for 25 gold pieces.
That's unfortunate.
It is, but it's an unfortunate piece of land, so. Now, on to the other matter at hand. Has Elliot seeked you out yet this morning?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Elliot was the half-elf from last night.
Oh, he was a nice guy. He hasn't found me since the events, but
Okay. Well, he is going to be out looking for you today, to talk to you about last night and all of that. Yeah.
could I, by chance, find him over at the barracks?
Potentially. It depends on if he's set out to try and find you yet or not.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. I guess don't leave town until Elliot finds you, or you find Elliot, whichever happens first.
I wouldn't dare.
Wonderful. Try not to cause any more ruckuses where people get stabbed.
To be fair, I did none of the stabbing.
Appreciated, but still, try not to cause a kerfluffle anymore.
I mean, I can't really help what happens around me, but I'll do my best.
Certainly. Well, if there's anything I can do to help you in the aspects of business of the store, please let me know.
Of course. I think I'm okay for now, but I will certainly stop in before I leave. Hopefully, not too long from now.
Wonderful. So she kind of leaves you and goes over to her husband and son, who then she immediately starts directing into how they're stacking the bags wrong. And you're again left to your own devices.
Are there any sections of town that I haven't been to?
You went to you went down this strip and in the square. You have not been over here.
Excuse me, before I head out, can you tell me what's over on the west end of town?
Oh, the West End is where you can find the Smoking Mountain Inn, as well as the Gilden Hen, and there's also the Temple to Erastil over there.
Wonderful. Thanks so much.
You are very welcome.
I think we're gonna just head on over to the barracks now that I have a reason to be there.
Okay, so you start heading south to the barracks. Got it. Okay. So, Rowan. It is now mid-morning. You wake up in your room at the Iron Lion Inn. You know, it's almost late morning. You were up a bit late last night, out carousing the various establishments in the city, in the large town.
I would have had some dinner with Phila, right, at the Gold Links.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah, so I guess I'd just be walking around town as I do, and I just checking everything out and seeing whatever my feet bring me to.
Okay. So the primary area of the town happens to be the market square in the center. So there are quite a number of shops in the center of town. The center of the market square itself, with carts and makeshift stands that kind of look like pop-up stands, like daily things that just pop up just for the day and then they're gone. Most of the wares in the center of the market are various vegetables and stuff coming from the outlying farms in through market as they head on their way north.
Okay.
Along the outside, there are multiple shops. One you identifying as being probably the butcher. One that has the sign of a pink pig, and you're not sure if it's another butcher or what. One that has looks like herb signs. You're pretty sure that's an apothecary. There is a blacksmith. A tailor, and then there is a very large general.
All right. Well, I think I'm just gonna be heading around, and just walking around. I'm just waiting until I end up running into Phila, and we'll see where we go from there. Because I know that he wants to arrange something before I head out anywhere. So I guess I could stroll on over to the barracks and see what's going on over there.
Okay. So wandering around.
Unless he told me something else. I mean, where would he have told me to be?
He said that he had a little bit of business in the morning, and towards the afternoon he would find you. So.
Well, let's go and make it difficult then. And
so
I'll just
you're pretty
walk
sure
around.
you feel like you have probably about a couple of hours before.
Sure.
He's gonna try and find you.
Honestly, I guess I could just go sit down and have a drink and just keep my ear out for some good stories.
Okay. I mean, we're like to drink. Current establishments that have been are the four inns. So there's the Iron Lion Inn that you were staying at. You know that down the street at number 4 is the Broken Willow Inn. There is a very small inn at number 2 named Edwin's Hearth. And then at number 3 is a very called the Smoke. Other than that, there is the Silver Whistle Pub, which is on the corner there at number 5. Then the other place that is open is that normally would be open is the Brownish Top, but it apparently seems to be a summer guard standing outside the building.
Let's all go on over to building number 5 then.
Number 5. All right, so you go to the Silver Whistle Pub. This is one of the places that you had stopped in last night. So the Silver Whistle Pub is known for, it's a spot mostly for travelers. They are known for having good food at a quick pace and price, so you can get in and out relatively quickly. They are also known for having live music every evening.
All right. I'll just sit down and I'll have myself a drink and just kind of listen to see if there's anything going on, anybody talking about anything, and otherwise just kind of wait, keep to myself.
Okay. So the establishment is interesting in that the when you go to it, the building itself does not appear to be the pub. The pub is actually in the back. It is open air. So it seems like the building, which is small, is more of like where the kitchen and stuff is. And then in the back there is a bar attached to the building that is open air. They have like a nice kind of wooded floor area for half of it, and the other half is then dirt. The dirt area has large barrels that are turned upside down, kind of like standing room tables, and then they have some tables on the wooded area. It's themselves circular, sit about 4 or 5 people at each.
Sure. I'll just sit down anywhere that I can find a space and just kind of enjoy the openness. I like that it's an open area. That's why I came back here.
There's not many people here. A little bit early for most to start drinking. There seems to be mostly people that look like they're still a little bit haggard from last night.
All right. Do I recognize any of them?
However, what you do recognize is the alcohol that they have. The ale that they have is very familiar. You can tell by the large kegs from where that they're pouring it from have a very familiar like Stone Mountain and Hammer symbol on them.
Oh, the Stone Brew Ale. Oh my goodness. Yep, I'll have 1 of 4 of those, please.
Okay. So they bring you your first ale, drop it down, and and the guy looks at you and he's like, up front or tab?
Tab's fine. I'm not going anywhere.
Wonderful. Would you like anything to eat?
Sure. Bring me whatever today's special is.
Sure. It's just last night's leftovers, but
sounds good. After 2 of these, it don't matter no nothing.
Yep. Goes in, comes back out. Roasted pig, of course, some cut fruit, and and some bread and cheese, but it's all cold, but it's reasonably good.
It's good.
Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna hang out and kind of wait for Philip. That's your plan? All right.
Yep.
Emrys Ray.
Present.
You wake up very late morning after your sleep was interrupted last night. In your room at the smoking room, you take a quick look around, make sure all your stuff is there. You look out the window to make sure where you think you are. Hammer is laying against the wall, right where you left it. Look, there is still that tiny bit of damage to the bed from the night before, but yeah, it's not major. Didn't break the bed, just, chipped the wood a little bit. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's late morning, so you're definitely hungry.
Okay. I'll pack up my stuff and head downstairs.
So you head downstairs. There's the nice kind of open lodge-ish type setup that they have, with the hearth is burning nice and brightly. They have the couches and stuff laid out. There's the similar man at the counter. Just like, are you checking out?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Well, is there anything I can help you with or you to?
Yeah. Is this the same person that I checked in with last night?
Yes.
Okay. Did I leave last?
Not that I know of. I mean, I did go to bed for a while, and my son watched the count. He watches the counter at night. Can't tell me that anybody came in or left.
Okay. Am I still in the same town?
What?
What's this town called again?
New Varnhold.
And it's always been called that?
Ever since it was built.
How long has this been here?
The town?
Yeah.
Just a little over 50 years.
Oh, that's not that long.
No, I mean, it was built here after Old Varnhold was destroyed.
Okay. Fire last night, right?
Yeah, it was destroyed when by the barbarian invasion. They just
No, I mean last night.
last
Was there a
night.
fire last night?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
No, there wasn't. I mean, there's a fire burning in the hearth over there.
No, I mean outside. The whole town was burning.
No.
Okay. I think I drank too much, but that's alright.
Yeah, it definitely seems like you might have.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel like you need a bit of a hair of the dog, I suggest the Silver Pub down the road.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I- you know, I'm just might be a little bit hungry. Is there like a complimentary breakfast or something like that?
Unfortunately, we do not serve food here. If you're looking for something to eat, there's of course the Silver Whistle Pub down the road. But I highly suggest checking out the Pink Pig down in the Market Square.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk around.
Okay, well, I mean, your room will be here unless you don't show up again tonight, in which case I will just assume that you have checked out for the night.
Cool beans.
Okay. Except is really, please go away.
I have that effect on people. I think I'm gonna go to the place I went to the offline. I think it was the Silver Whistles.
So you're gonna go to Silver Whistle Pub? Yep.
Yeah.
That is the establishment you went to last night. So right over
Yeah.
here.
It's a familiar place.
Yep. So the area is actually in the back to go to. That's where we were last night. There's not too many people here. Again, this is mostly a pub, so they do serve alcohol right now. A lot of people that are here, people that are probably pretty hungover from the night before.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I know you're fine. Yeah, so you walk in. I mean, there's open tables all over the place. So, do you want to be at a standing table? Do you want to sit down?
I'll sit down. I'll partner.
Okay. Rowan, make me a perception roll.
Whoop, wrong one. That one.
Okay. So somebody enters the pub back area. The only reason why it's odd to you is that it is looks to be a female human wearing dark charcoal colored armor and carrying a very, very large hammer that looks like she should not be able to carry.
Wow. Wow. Well, when she comes in, I guess I'm gonna raise a tankard, and I'm gonna say, Miss, hold there. I would be more than happy to buy your next rent. Yes, you with the ginormous hammer. I would be more than happy to buy your first round if you would come and do me the pleasure of telling me a story.
I'm not that great at stories.
Where have you come from? What's your name?
I can answer one of those things. My name is Emrys Ray. Yeah.
You say that as if it's a question.
No. That's my name.
Well met. Come have a seat. I have a tankard for you. My name's Rowan Durant. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So, do you have any idea what brings you to town?
Kind of wandering and hopped on it.
I'm sorry. I must have drank too much. I think I missed some of that. Would you mind telling me that again? I'm really sorry.
I was just wandering around, and I just was hungry, so I just popped on in.
Well, that's a great idea. I've been here a couple days now, and I've really found that this is the best place with the best ale in all of New Varnhold. I can tell you that much. I'll tell you, I went down to I was at Old Stone Brews, just where they actually make this stuff. If you didn't know that, it was up at Fort Shenko up there. And let me tell you, Old Stone Brew himself, boy oh boy, can that boy throw a party. Let me tell you, he and his kin, those dwarves, they know how to drink. Oh my lord. I thought I knew how to handle myself, but those boys, whew. Oh, those ladies too, well, let me tell you. But yeah, so I'm just kind of here for a bit, and like I said, I kind of trade in stories. So, I'm just really happy to have met someone else here.
Okay, you talk a lot.
Well, there are some people that are really good with, more martial things like, swinging that hammer. And others that I bet you are. And others that may be a little bit more talented in some more social pursuits, as it were. And that's a little bit more my forte.
All right. Okay.
So when's the last time you swung that thing?
Last night, actually.
Really? Who was the unlucky soul that was the recipient of the business end of that?
Well, first, I think I can come up with a story.
Oh.
So last night, I was sleeping in my bed at this really swanky place, treating myself, self-care. So I fell asleep and then I smelled smoke, and my whole room was on fire, and the whole inn was on fire. So I went downstairs and I rescued this lady who's the innkeeper, because I'm nice like that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So I got her out of there, and then the whole town was on fire, and there was all these barbarians everywhere, like these people in just loincloths, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I take out my hammer and I'm like, let's get busy. So I'm walking around and these 3 dudes, they're big ass dudes, but I'm like, okay, I can handle this. So they come and smack them right in the head, torso, just explode, which is my favorite part. And then there's giant lizard fire thing. I wasn't scared, but it comes straight towards me and it tells me to burn, and then I'm starting, but I don't really feel any pain because like I'm like, this is kind of tingly, but not kind of, and then it's like telling me to burn time, and then the weirdest thing, I wake up in my bedroom and like nothing happened.
Sounds
And
like
that's it.
it sounds like you had quite an alcohol-induced dream there, darling.
It wasn't a dream. It was very real. Okay.
I believe you. Listen. I too have had dreams that were impossibly real. Actually,
No, but
listen. I had one recently.
so familiar.
I understand. Let me tell you something that happened to me. Let's play a game. So listen. Here's what happened to me lately. Here I am traveling on the road as a do, because I just travel everywhere. I just let my feet take me wherever I go, and that's just where I head. And all of a sudden, I go to sleep one night, and here I am sleeping on the side of a road, and everything's hunky-dory. And I wake up to the sound of these hooves, horse people, and they're tear-assing along the path, and they wake me up, and I look, and they're being chased by these spirits and fire and all sorts of crazy stuff. So of course, I pull up my bow and I help these poor creatures, and all of a sudden I wake up and I'm not where I fell asleep. Can you believe that?
I can.
It was the most crazy thing. I tell you, I have never ever had that happen in my entire life, and I have seen some things. Let me tell you, I have seen some things. I have heard a number of stories. I have never heard of somebody falling asleep in one place and waking up in another. It was new for me.
I've done that before.
Really?
Yeah.
When you were sober?
Oh, sober, drunk, yeah.
Wow. Maybe you and I have a lot more in common than this delicious ale. And this coincidental inn, tavern, whatever.
I don't know about that, but sure.
Well, listen, what are your plans for later?
I don't really have any plans. Like I said, I just wander. I'm going north, but I don't know why,
All right.
so I don't really have any plans.
Well, as it turns out, I'm headed northeast a little bit later on. That's the direction that I'm going. I'm going on some sort of little bit of a mission or something. I'm doing a favor for somebody. They need me to go check something out, so I'm gonna go and do it. But I have a feeling that it's gonna be a little bit on the dangerous side, if you know what I'm saying. Not something that my my gentle frame is quite prepared for. So I was wondering, maybe you wanna tag along if you're just wandering anyway?
Am I getting paid for this?
I mean, I could easily pay you. What are we talking about?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The first one is always free.
Oh, well then, isn't it my lucky day? Well, if that's the case, then by all means, I will be more than happy to have you join me. Are you on board?
Sure.
Then we have an accord. All right. Well, listen, I thought we'd just sit here and have a couple drinks until this here Sergeant Filler comes up and fills me in with the details of the journey.
All right. I'm always down for more alcohol.
Then the booze is on me, because the first rounds are always free. And with that, I'll just I'll call over the serving girl, and I'll just let her know to keep them coming, and if they get empty, fill them again.
Okay. They will happily oblige.
And that's what we'll do.
Okay. So, back to Raspin. You arrive at the barracks.
Does there appear to be any kind of front desk area receiving visitors or anything like that?
So the there's like guards at the door, essentially. So you can't just like walk in the barracks. There's the guards out front.
I guess I'll approach.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a what was his name now? Looking for a half elf named Eric Ifrit Ernst.
They like look at each other and they're like, there's a lot of half elves around here. Do you mean Elliot?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, are you the? Well, you don't look blighted. Okay, come on, inside, let's go. So, he leads you into the barracks. So, as you guys can see, the barracks is actually sort of like two buildings next to each other. So he takes you into the left side. Which appears to be a bunch of like more offices and that type thing. So, he's just like, Elliot should be over here. Here you are. And he like indicates what appears to be a smaller room in which the half elf from the night before is behind a desk writing on some papers. He looks up and sees you and he's like, "Oh, I was gonna be on my way shortly to come get you. But you're here now, so hey, come on in."
It's funny how these things work. I'll step in. I'll take a seat.
Okay. He's like, hold on. And he like finds a piece of paper, slaps on the table. He's like, so tell me, in your own words, what transpired last night?
When should I start?
Start when you entered the gilded top, or the burnished top.
Well, I came in. I bought a drink.
Yep.
And I gave the the secret password phrase to head downstairs.
Right. Okay. Hold on. Let's skip it. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit. So when did the confrontation start?
Well, you see, we played a couple of rounds, and I noticed something wasn't quite right. So had a word with my cousin in her native tongue, and she didn't take too kindly to that. And we played another hand or two, and then our dwarf friend apparently speaks Gnomish. Go figure. He caught on real quick, and he didn't take kindly to that.
Okay, so she was cheating. You called her out. You guys continued to play. The dwarf was mad because he was losing to her, and she was cheating. So he attacked her.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay, and then she and her apparent compatriot attacked you and myself, and from there some people got wounded, primarily me.
We patched you up pretty good though.
Yeah, you did. Thank you for that, by the way. It was definitely helpful. I feel much better today than I did yesterday. So, all right. Here. Okay, awesome. So, just sign this for me as your statement.
I'll spend a minute reading it over to make sure that I.
Yeah, it's the exact story, basically, of what happened last night.
All right, I will.
All the truth, nothing is changed or a lie or anything like that.
All right, I will sign off on it.
Cool. He definitely was not as long-winded and stuff as you for your for the descriptions and stuff. He kept it all the like nice, concise details, but awesome. He's like, wonderful. Well, now that I have your statement, you are actually free to leave town. You know, you can do whatever it is now that you want to do. Just I would try to avoid trouble in town if possible.
Actually, do you have any more information about that gnome? What was going on? Or have we not figured that out?
What's going on with the other gnome?
Yeah, like what were they doing?
And the dwarf?
Why?
It appears that they were just trying to fleece people for money. The human appears to be the one that's like, oh, I'm losing, and she was also apparently looking at the dice of people sitting next to her and giving signals to her friend. They were using that to cheat.
But why though?
For money, I guess. I mean, why else do people cheat at gambling? To make money?
That misses the whole point, though. What's the fun in that?
I guess there's fun in getting coin. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I have a little bit to finish here. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Actually, there's someone else I'd like to try to find while I'm here.
Oh, that.
There's a human summer guard, long brown hair, blue eyes, who might be walking around with a young female companion today. Have you seen them by any chance?
He's like, on hair and blue eyes. It's like, red or green uniform?
Red. Definitely red.
Oh. Alon. They're probably in the other building. You can see if they'll let you in. I don't know if they will.
What makes you say that?
I mean, it's the jail.
I'm getting the feeling that I probably shouldn't go poke my nose over there.
I mean, you're not going to be in jail, so it's just Alon is much higher rank than me.
You know what? I'm sure he'll be happy to see me.
Okay, if you say so. I mean, I do for he like motioned his chest where he was stabbed for last night, so I think I can at least get you in the door. Yeah. Come with me.
Perfect.
So he takes you out into the other building. Which you guys enter. He gets in through the other summer guard, and you guys go in. There's a couple smaller rooms off to the left. It's the same almost layout as the building you were just in, except instead of a bunch of offices and stuff like that, there's the stairs that go up to the second floor. That's kind of like an open loft area that you can see bunks and stuff, and like that's probably where the guards and stuff that are here sleep. And then down what is open space at the end is essentially a cell block. There's a U shape of cells. Each cell is about 10 feet by 10 feet. You can see inside of one of the cells is the gnome and the human from last night. There is in another cell another human. And then also down close to where the cells are, but not exactly. There's another open area. There's a table and chairs. Looks like it's probably what the guard stuff that are here used to eat at. And currently sitting there is Tahini and Alon. Another summer guard. He, however, green armor with a little red stripe on his shoulder. And so you come in, and Elliot's bringing you over, and the guy in green looks up and goes, Elliot, what do you do? And he looks, and I needed this gentleman to confirm that these were indeed the two assailants from last night.
I found you.
He looks down. He's like, God damn. So, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go back now. Bye. And he turns and just walks out. He's just like, before he leaves, he's just like, hey. He taps you on the shoulder. It's tapping you on the shoulder, rasping.
Yeah.
Are those the two from last night? He points at the two in the cell.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us in this investigation.
It's my pleasure.
Turns and beelines as quickly as you can for the door. So, yeah, you're there. Tahini's there. Alon's looking at you, rather annoyed.
You
Sergeant
found
Phil is
us.
like,
I did find you. You see, it's quite a coincidence that I had my own business to do around the barracks.
What?
It's funny how these things work.
What business did you have around the barracks?
It was related to the goings on of last night. They had to get a statement.
Oh.
But we cleared it all up. I'm good to go.
Oh, well, you...
So now I'm free to help you with whatever you're doing.
Oh, you want to help us? I glance over at the other human.
you look at Alon, who's with you, or Alon,
Elliot.
and you look at Elliot left.
Oh.
Elliot is the half elf that he came in with. So there's Alon, and then there's a sergeant who
Alon.
you know from the brief moment. For the little bit that you've been here, you haven't been paying attention too much to them talking, really, because they haven't really addressed you. So therefore, to you, they're not talking to you. So therefore, their conversation is not for you. So you're just been kind of sitting quietly, thinking to in your own head and stuff, just keeping calm and relaxed. And so, yeah, you look at Alon, and Alon looks at you, and he's just like, he looks at Phila, and he's just like, this is your thing, not mine.
Ooh, what kind of thing?
So Phila looks at you, and he's just like, so we have something going on down south that we're going to be sending people to go and take a look at for us. Would you be interested in going?
What kind of something?
Well, there was an orchard down there that completely burned to the ground, and we kind of want to know why, or what happened. Unfortunately, we're stretched thin as far as the summer guard goes in this area, so I came up with the idea of, instead of waiting and for Ville to go to, hire some outside help and send them down to take a look.
It sounds interesting. Do you know how to play Six Suns?
I mean, I do.
Do you know if they play that down south, or do they play something different?
I'm assuming they play it down south. It's kind of a game that's played all over the Summerlands for the most part.
All right, I guess I'll go. That sounds fine. That's a new and exciting place to go.
Wonderful. Well, I am actually going to go and head out and round somebody up that is also going along. So wait here, and I will go fetch him and bring him back.
All right.
Wonderful. Yeah. I will be back shortly. Like glances at a lawn and then stands up and leaves. Lawn's just looking at you. He looks at Tahini, looks back at you, shakes his head.
Raspin, how did you find us?
You know, I'm just lucky that way.
Oh, is this the thing with the person you told me about yesterday?
Well, they used to be a person, now they're a deity. Nivi Rambadazzle helps out those who believe in her. You know, it gives them a little bit of extra luck.
Nivi who?
Nivi Rambadazzle.
Right.
So,
You told me
you
yesterday.
I did.
continue. You guys have your conversation where it is too late to stop him as he just launches back into who Nivi Rambadazzle is and how a deity, what she's all about, and you get the whole spiel all over again. Enjoy that You get to enjoy that conversation again. Meanwhile, let's see here. How long does it take him to find? Not that long. Okay. So eventually, somebody, your guys are a couple rounds in. Emrys and Rowan, you guys are a couple rounds in, and then eventually a human wearing a summer guard uniform approaches you. When you recognize him as Sergeant Phila.
Sergeant Phila, as I live and breathe. It's about time. Did you know they have stone brew here? I had no idea.
He's like, yeah. Silver Whistle imports all their alcohol, so they pretty much get it straight from Stone Brews exclusively.
Fantastic. Just fantastic. Hey, by the way, I hope you don't mind, but I made a friend. Sergeant Phila, please meet Emrys. She's a fellow wanderer, as it were, and I thought, judging by the size of her hammer, that she might be of use to us. So I asked her to kind of come along with me, and she's up for the ride. So I hope that's okay.
Makes things relatively easy. So he looks over. So Sergeant Emrys is he looks human at first, but his fairly angular. He has slightly pointed ears, so you now recognize that he is a half elf. He looks at you and he's just like, so is that true? You're gonna travel with him? Did he tell you what he's going to do?
No, but I figure, I like surprises.
Listen, I told her I was doing you a favor, which I am.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be telling people that. As far as they know, I'm paying. And
Wait, you were getting paid?
I told you I'd pay you, didn't I? You told me not to worry about it.
Oh, because I think you're poor.
Appearances can be deceiving, darling.
That's true. So how much are you paying him?
I mean, I will pay you the sum of 200 gold to go down and check things out and come back.
Are you paying him 200 gold?
Yes.
Is there any way I can get more than 200 gold?
Make a sense motive check.
Hold on, I minimized this whole thing. I suck.
Yep, he is
Nothing.
200. He's paying him 100 gold. He's being completely honest and truthful. I mean, I don't have a limited supply.
Phila, no, hold on. Just pay her the 250 that you're paying me.
He's like, fine, 250.
All right. See? Now we're in business together.
Okay.
Sure.
So, well, if you two would come with me, I have, I guess, the rest of your patriots ready to go.
Excellent. I can't wait. Being in one place too long is making my feet itch.
Right. So, Rowan, like, calls over the waitress. So, like, they want to settle up.
No problem. How much do I owe you?
So you guys, a total of 7. With 1 gold piece, 2 silver.
No problem. I'll put 2 gold pieces on the tray, and I'll say, "Listen, darling, thank you very much. You keep bringing the good stuff in, and I'll keep coming back."
She looks at you, her eyes wide, and she just, "Thank you," and she walks away.
And as I stand up, I'll turn and I'll look at Emrys. Poor, huh? Just shake my head and laugh all the way out.
Stand corrected.
All right, so Phila leads you guys along down through Market Square, down the southern road, and to the barracks. To which he leads inside the barracks to a table and chairs where there is a gnome, a human male that has colored skin, wearing some tightly wound robes and stuff like that. And another summer guard there, although his uniform is, this is the first one that you've seen that looks this way, is red in color. And he also has a very nice red in a scabbard at his side.
Okay. Well met, everyone. So I guess the gang's all here. Hey, sorry, sir. And I will address the gentleman in the red.
He looks up at you and he goes, "Yeah."
Say, "Pleased to make your acquaintance. I, of course, am Rowan Durant, sir. And how may I have the honor of addressing you?"
My name is Alon.
Well met, Alon. Well met. So, Phila, where's the beast man? I must see him. Where is he?
So Phil's just like, he's over in the cage there. So, which Alon looks over at Phila and he's like, "So this is it then? All right. Well, I guess if that's the best that can be rounded up for it, I guess they'll have to do. So, Sergeant Phila has told you all about the burned orchard down south, as I understand it. That's great. And I'd love to see if this little experiment of his would work out. But there are those of us, like me, that simply can't trust a group of foreigners would really have the best interest of the Summerlands at heart. I mean, what's to say you don't all immediately just leave the country after we turn you loose? No. We can't have that. For this to work, there needs to be someone among you who is from the Summerlands. Someone who will really care about what happened down at Leviton's. and for this reason, we will be sending Tahini here along with you.
Huh.
Hello. And I like bow to everyone.
Well met. Well met.
All right. He looks over and Phil's like, well, there's actually one more that's going. He walks over to one of the cells, unlocks it. All right, Willick, come on.
Where are we going?
Well, you will. Come on and step out of there. We will. You're going to be headed south with these folks over here to check out that orchard I told you about.
Are they nice folks?
I have not interacted with all of them. However, this guy, and he points at Rowan, is just fine.
I'll take your word for it.
So,
Well met. Well met.
so Willick, while having a unusually high-pitched voice, is a very young-looking human male. Yeah. So,
How big is he?
I don't know. Willick, how tall are you?
Well, depends on how you measure it. I suppose the most formal measurement would be around 78 inches.
It's too late to make me do math, man.
About 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah. So he's super tall. And very big and muscular.
I have to duck through most doors.
So Archifil is like, so please, if five of you, please take a seat.
I'm gonna find myself a seat right next to Willick.
Okay.
I have a
Willick-
seat.
Yep,
right
you're already
next to my. Oh, I'm already said.
Yep. So you already had you and Raspin are already sitting next to each other at the table.
Okay.
Alon stands up to give up his seat so that there is the 5 chairs there, ready for you guys to all to sit down on. Interestingly enough, Raspin takes up like a portion of a seat, and Willick takes up. He should. Yeah, it's a little bit of a spillover there. Yeah, so you're all sitting around the table rather comfortably for the most part. So Sergeant Phila walks over to one wall, starts pulling a map down, brings it over to the table, and rolls it out. He's like, so, we are going to pay each of you, and he looks at Rowan, the sum of 250 gold to go and investigate in Leviton, one of the large they claimed that there was walking and some of a walking fire, shadowy fire that attacked in the middle of the night, and that's what burned down the orchard. I mean, it was late at night. We know that when the fire started. What exactly they saw, I don't know.
Sorry, where's the orchard on the map? I can't quite see it.
Well, he lays the map out.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, he hasn't laid it out yet, so he just slaps it down. You guys get to see a wonderful map of the Summerlands. So, he points out to where you guys are at currently. So he points to right here. He goes, "This is New Varnhold. The area to which you are going to be going." Then points on the map. Going to be down here.
I'm sorry, I may be blind. I'm having difficulty seeing that.
The map or the area that he pointed to?
The
Okay.
area he pointed to.
Yep, I just marked it on the map. It says
There
pink
you
dot down
go.
here.
Got it.
Yep.
And we get to ride horses. We don't have to walk. At least that's what I've been promised.
Nice.
Yes, we will provide each of you with a horse to make the trip, as it is a longer journey. As long as you stick to the road for most of the way down, it will take you roughly a week to arrive. Now, the orchard is along the base of some mountains. Again, we just want you guys to go down, see if you can figure out what caused the fire. If you can figure it out, see if you can figure out what happened to the Leviton family. 'Cause seen or heard of them. We've unfortunately haven't been able to send guards down. So if you could just find out what happened and then report back to us, we will then pay each of you 250 gold.
That's a lot.
How long of a journey you think this is going to take?
It's about 7 days to get there on horseback.
All right. And we're going to have to prepare, obviously, for the trip back as well. There won't be many stops along the way to reprovision, by the way I can see here, yeah?
Okay, so that's where he points out, then indicates that you guys are currently here. There, along the way, there is what is called the North Watch and the South Watch. They are two small towers that are reinforced and stuff. They're kind of like reinforced stone watchtowers that have a small guard attachment of one, mostly to guard against anybody coming from the east to attack the Summerlands. But they do, of course, have supplies there, so there is a couple of places along the way that you can stop for supplies.
All right, very well. Excellent. So have we all taken some time to get some provisions? When are we expected to leave for this journey?
Well, we're in a... we are going to hopefully acquire all the provisions and stuff that you need for your travel, like the horses and stuff tonight, and you guys will be able to leave first thing in the morning.
All right, very well. Well, if that's the case, so did I hear you all going to do the shopping for us? Is that what I heard?
We will make sure that you have horses and that you have enough food and water to make it to Northwatch.
Perfect.
And then when you're at Northwatch, you can get some supplies there. But that is what we will provide you with.
Perfect. Y'all need anything tonight? No?
I think I'm
I
good.
don't think so.
As long as there's plenty of snacks.
Then I suggest that we all sit down and we get ourselves right liquored tonight so that we can get to know each other. If we're going to spend so much time on the road, perhaps we should get to know each other a little bit. Wouldn't you say?
I would love to get to know my new friends.
Okay. With that, Lon and Philip take you guys, out, set you on your way.
So for dinner, I heard that the pink pig is quite good.
It's fantastic.
Why don't we all go and have ourselves some dinner at the Pink Pig, and then we can find ourselves our ways after that.
They have the most wonderful meat pies and meringue pies.
Do they have a lot of them? Because I tend to eat quite a bit.
They do have a lot of them. They're making them fresh all day.
I bet you can.
What is this meat pie you speak of?
Well, you see, they get their meat from the butcher right over there, across the street, and bake them into the most delicious pies.
Wow.
And then for their meringue pies, there's the fruit market that's just down the way there. They can get all the stuff fresh there. They make all kinds of really neat meringue pies that I've never had before.
Sounds mighty delicious.
All right. Then
Okay.
let's head up on our ways then.
Yep. So, okay. So at this point, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break for those of us that need to use the bathroom, get something to drink, anything like that, since we're roughly halfway through the evening.
Okay.
And it's a good place to take a break. So with that, guys, we will be back in about 5 minutes. Also gives, if Scott wants to take a chance to interact with chat a little bit, he can do so.
Like I haven't been already.
Yeah, I
Aw.
figured you had been, but you know.
What's the link for the chat?
It's just right on my it's my Twitch page. So twitch.tv/Mr. Scotty Mac. Yeah, there's a small handful of degenerates that are enjoying themselves, so that's great. I'm going to bio break because that, as you know, is a lot of water that I'm consuming. But I will be right back in a quick shake off. So sit tight, enjoy the tunes, which are being presented to us by the Celestial Aeon Project and Spotify because they're insane. There you go. A little bit of that. And I'll be back in just a second.
Same. Be right back.
All right, well, that was quick. Super. What? Oh, you know what happened is I left and then I threw my headset on my computer and I hit the pause button on the music. I left you guys all silent. I'm so sorry. It's terrible of me. Dun, 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 dun. So this is a lot of fun. There will be
Super excited to be doing this again.
right? And now that we're all like back in the saddle and we know we're all taking risks, which I think is just awesome. Super excited. I am like, by the way, so I have been just chiming off on your character in the chat, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it, by the way. There was what was this one? So when you called the authorities out on doing their job, or have we not done that yet? I'm just like, what? And he's like, and somebody, well, why? Why would somebody cheat at gambling? Well, to get money? Well, what's the fun in that? And I'm like rasping the gambling addicted hobo. It's like, it's so good. It's so good. Oh man, I'm excited. Oh, I'm so excited. It's crazy talk. I was initially gonna go for something British in nature, and I couldn't pull that off. And then I had thought today, I'm like, well, I'll just go with like the slow Southern drawl. I'll do like a cowboy sort of thing, Western style. And then as soon as I started speaking, I'm like, all right, it's Louisiana, here we go. I'm like, it's canon now, bitch. It'll be fine. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be a blast. Going to be a blast.
Yeah, listening to you talk makes me want gumbo.
Right? I just thought maybe you might, enjoy that a little bit. You might be a small, I thought of anybody that would appreciate the payoff. It might have been you, just a little, a little bit.
Oh.
Okay. I am back.
Alright, the music has been brought down to reasonable levels.
How's the chat interactions going? Hopefully everybody's enjoying themselves.
Nobody's chatting. We're just
Nobody?
We're just having fun.
Okay.
We're chatting amongst ourselves.
Okay. Oh.
Oh! Doctor's chatting. Oh, I was going to change this too. My timer. I'm going to edit this to a 0 line minimum, and then I'm good. Save. Sweet! Better.
Oh, looks like everybody's here. Travis, you here?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
So excited. The Mickey Mouse is so good. It's so good. Okay. I love it. Especially in the beast of a man. I cannot wait to talk to you soon.
Okay. I mean, with that, Phila and Alon kind of usher you guys out. They tell you, Phila tells you guys, please, I understand that you're going to drink some this evening. Try not to get too intoxicated. We would like for you to leave in the morning, not in the afternoon.
Trust me, I don't want to get into any more. I've had quite enough while I've been here. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's all in the spirit of being social.
Sorry, what was that?
I said it's all in the spirit of being social.
I just want to stuff my face with meat pies.
Okay, so it is late afternoon, essentially, is about the time that we're at now. It was just afternoon when Philly came and got you guys and brought you guys all the barracks. You guys have had your discussions and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, Willick, as you leave, Phila hands you your hammer and your pack of stuff and your coin purse that has 100 gold in it, and he's just like, here you go. Try not to assault any guards in town, please.
Only if they assault me first. I have the right to defend myself.
Do I overhear that?
Yep, you sure do. Willick is not a quiet. I mean, his voice is higher, but
It just means it carries.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait.
I'm not afraid to make myself known.
That's just great. I'm gonna wait until he separates from the pack, and I'm gonna try to catch him right after that conversation. And so, Willick, I gotta ask. I was traveling on the road with Phila after we're out of earshot, right? As we're kind of walking out.
Yep.
So I was traveling on the road with Phila. When you were all tied up in the back of the cot, listen, I gotta ask you, is it true that you beat up 5 gods with his own weapon?
It wasn't a weapon. It was just a coin purse.
What?
I mean, he stabbed me. I smashed his face with the coin purse, and they arrested me for it.
And I'll try to I'll reach up a little and clap my hand on his shoulder and I'll say, Willick, my friend, I am so glad to have you along for the ride.
Well, thank you, friend.
The name, don't forget, is Rowan. You can call me Rowan.
Yep.
And you can call me Willick. I think you've already called me Willick, actually.
Yes, sir.
So, Willick, you do recognize Rowan now that he brings this up as the man who is traveling alongside you the last 2 days. So, kind of not alongside the cart, but he was traveling with the guards.
I just thought he was a guard. I just thought you were a guard.
No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. I tried to get them to let me talk to you because I really just wanted to hear your stories. Any man that can take down something like that has got to have a great story about where it came from, and I kind of trade in stories as it was.
I mean, my story's it's pretty average, I guess. I mean, my father's dead, never knew my mother, 3 years in slavery, killed a few people, that's about it.
That is not common by any stretch. And there is nothing common about you, let me tell you. Wow.
So, you guys have now all been released upon the poor, unsuspecting town that is New Varnhold.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
So, what is it that you guys would like to get into? I believe I heard talk of pig. Is that going to be your first stop?
Yep.
I believe so.
Okay.
Until they run out of pig.
Let's see if we can't make that happen.
So, I believe that Raspin is the one that will be leading you there, as he is the one that been there before.
Of course, it's just this way.
Lead on.
So, Raspin leads you guys down to where's the pink pig? Good old number 9. This little building over here. So he leads you to the corner building. It is a small shop with what looks to be like a living quarters over top of it. When you guys come in, there's a counter that runs the length of the main floor. So it's about 15 feet long. With a little area for people to get in and out of from behind the counter. Inside the counter is most of the counter is for savory things. So meat pies, meat breads, a few sort of light sweet breads, fruit pies, tarts, all of that kind of stuff. The less sweet of the stuff is in this larger section, and then they have a smaller section that is more for confections.
Okay.
But there is a small halfling woman, early middle aged, if you had to take a guess, behind the counter. She's running around. She's wearing a pink apron over top of a sort of grayish dress. She's just like, hello, and welcome to the Pink Pig. Please, if you see anything that you like, just let me know, and I'll gladly help you.
Is this the same halfling that was here yesterday?
It sure is.
I'm back and I brought friends.
Oh, how wonderful! Why, thank you. Yeah.
I've actually got a question for you. I know you gave me some great recommendations yesterday, but my friend here, and I'll point to Willick, is interested in seeing how did you put it? If he can make you run out of pig.
Bring me all of the pig.
She
So
looks Willick up and down like, She's like, well, I have 3 meat pies today that have pork in them, and a loaf of a roll here that has some cheese and ham baked into it. I have that available, but that's unfortunately all of the pork I have for today.
Well, I actually had a kind of an interesting thought. I don't really know Willick all that well, but he says he can eat quite a bit. What would you say is the most of your meat pies that anyone has eaten at once?
At once, maybe 1, maybe 2. 2. I could see somebody stretching themselves and eating 2.
So Willick, how many of these do you think?
Is there a bathroom nearby?
I'm sure there's a
so, I
hole in the
can
back.
probably fit at least 3.
So what
I
do
am
you
a
say-
growing boy.
What do you say that we set my friend up here to try to eat 3 of your meat pies, and if he can eat them all, you give us a little bit of a discount on those, and if he can't, we'll pay you double.
At first, she's like staring in abject horror. But then when you're like, hey, if he can't, we'll pay you double. Now she's considering.
Can I
She's like-
can I chime in here?
I mean, she's listening, so...
Well, listen, darling. As you can see, this boy is just a growing boy. And besides, you said no one else has ever eaten more than 1, 1.5? 3 seems like an astronomical number. How could you possibly turn that down? And double your money? I mean, if he's gonna eat all that, the rest of us still y'all gotta eat.
She's like, I'll tell you what. If he can eat all 3 pies, I will give you all 3 pies for the price of 2 pies. But if he can't finish, you pay me the price of 6 pies.
That sounds like a good time to me.
Either way, it sounds like I win.
That's the spirit. That's exactly right.
Serve the man his pies.
She's like, so, you want the pork pies? Is that correct?
Pork is pig, right?
Yes, Will.
Yes,
Pork
dear.
is pig.
Yes, dear, it's pig.
Well then, pork me on up.
So she reaches in, she grabs the 3 pies, she counter. She then goes and grabs a fork and pulls it up and looks at it, looks at you, sets it down, goes over. She just grabs like a big wooden like baking spoon, and she's like, and just hands it to you.
Now that the pies are out on the table, how big are these pies anyway?
So they are not halfling sized. They are definitely sized for humans, and they are slightly larger than your average pie. You know, and they're maybe a little bit deeper for the various meat ones that she makes. They smell excellent. The whole area smells wonderful if you like baked goods. But she sets them all on the table. She hands Willick a wooden spoon. It's like, have at it. If you're gonna get sick, run out front. Just don't throw up in my shop, please.
Brass spoon.
Thank you.
And I'm just going to start eating.
Is this what you guys do for fun?
I mean, this is what I do for fun.
I'm going to sit down myself across the way from Willick, but not directly in the line of sight, you know, just sort of off to the side like. And I'm just going to start taking notes because this is going to be one hell of a story later.
They don't
So-
feed you like this when you're a slave.
Oh my god.
So, Willick, how exactly are you attacking this pie?
Oh, if it's not too hot, I would just try to, pick it up and face, like, ah.
So you're gonna pig the pig pie.
Oh yes.
Got it. Okay, so you pig the pig pie. Okay. So you guys watch as like Willick takes the wooden spoon and looks at it and it slams it on the countertop, picks up the first pie, and just shoves it in his face and just starts eating.
The spoon would just slow me down.
No, it's not a race. It's about
Quantity.
pacing yourself, making sure you can get through it.
And
You don't
she's
want to.
like,
You don't
she's
want to go
like,
up too quick.
hey, no tips. Let him eat the pies.
Is there a time limit?
So, Willick, you are face first and face full of pie, eating the first one. I don't know. Roll me a fortitude save. It's not the pie
Roll
isn't
for
exactly.
pies.
It's still warm, but it's not hot, so you don't have to worry about that aspect. But it's a lot of meat, and it is greasy to be eating a lot of it in the manner that you are. Well, you are perfectly okay.
Oh my gosh.
You guys watch as Willick demolishes the first pie. In about 60 seconds, the full pie is gone.
Oh, this is so much better than rat.
Yeah.
Okay. So Willick just tosses the pie pan back onto the counter, picks up the second one. Are you gonna go at it the same way?
I may belch first. May make some room, but yes.
Okay. So you dive into the second pie. Go ahead and make a fortitude save.
Just call me Lard Ass Hogan.
Oh,
Ooh. Natural 20 to a natural 1.
the way it should be.
So Willick is
Pie
like
giveth and the pie taketh away.
like shoves his face into the pie and just starts chowing down, and then like kind of half swallows and then stops, pulls the pie down, looks at you guys, looks back at the pie, goes to like go back into the pie.
Is this pie
It's
number
kind of-
2?
This is pie number 2.
I'm gonna grab pie number 3 and kind of like move it aside out of the way.
Okay, I'm gonna give you. Go ahead and make me a reflex. See if you're quick enough.
A reflex save, you said?
A reflex save, yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, the natural's 20s tonight. Yeah, you're just like, oh, he's gonna puke, and you just grab the pie and move it, and Willick goes back to kind of eat and just vomits massively into the pie plate.
Oh.
And he gets a nice big blowback of it into his own face, down the front of him. It's all over the floor now.
Oh.
And then she's like, she's sitting behind the counter looking at Willick, and she's like, I don't know if it was worth it.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm just gonna clap.
I don't get to eat hot pig very often.
You know,
Apparently it doesn't agree with me.
it's all right, big guy. You did just fine, just fine.
Oh, God.
Oh, and with
I didn't
that,
know bacon would fit up my nose.
with that, I'm gonna just kind of reach down and I'm gonna smell that saved pie,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna grab the spoon that got discarded. I'm gonna start to cut it up into pieces for the rest of us.
Okay. So she looks over at Raspin and she's like, "Well, I believe you owe me the price of 6 pies."
You know what? Let's make it 7, and we'll take one of your meringue pies too.
Okay. It's like all in total that'll be 2 gold, 5 silver.
You got it. It was well worth it.
Yep. And then she's like, here, and she reaches behind and she pulls out some rags and a bucket, and hands them over to Willick, and she's like, please clean yourself and my floor and counter up.
Do you have something I can put this in?
And she gives you a bucket. she's like looking at the bucket like, you put it in this.
And the bucket's empty?
The bucket's empty, yeah.
I'm just going to scrape it off of the table into the bucket. And then sort of just hug the bucket to me.
Yep.
Can't be wasting food.
Oh my god.
She now has that look of abject horror again. And it's just like, okay.
It's
Yeah, you cleaned it up good enough. You can keep the bucket. Please leave my shop.
Your pies are great. Thank you.
All right, so I guess we'll take these to go.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, when you guys first came in, there's like a counter standing eat in here. It's not. It's like just a bakery where you're supposed to take stuff with you.
Gotcha. All right, very well. Our next stop on our tour of delights, then. Emrys, how did that ale sit with you earlier? You feel like you could go back for some more of that, or you feel like something different?
I could definitely go for some more of that ale.
Fantastic. Let's all head over then to the outside bar of Building 5 there, whatever it's called. Can't call
Silver Whistle Pub.
Silver Whistle Pub. Yeah, that's the one. And let's go on and sit down out there. And because it's all open, Willick, if you feel the need to purge yourself again, you can simply do that by leaning over across the table and vomiting outside. We'll get a corner seat just for you.
I try not to drink too much. The last time I got drunk, bad things happened.
Fair
That
enough.
sounds like quite a story.
Let's go sit down over around and hear it.
Yeah. So you guys make your way to the Silver Whistle Pub. It's it's late afternoon, still early evening. There's not too many people here again. Kind of in the middle of a downtime, so you guys managed to grab a table. Most of the tables only have 4 chairs, so you just grab a chair from another table and slide it over. Get kind of like a corner seat that's also next to the railing that leads to the outside. So if Willick needs to release himself again.
I still have my bucket.
Oh.
Y'all should empty that before we go inside.
Anyway, so you guys sit down. Waiter comes over and he's just like, what can I get all of you?
Where's that fine lady that was here earlier? Not too much long ago. Couple hours, maybe?
I mean, she's still here. It's just rotation. You're my table for the evening.
Excellent. Can you just let her know that the ale guy is here again?
Ale guy.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I could do that. What'll you guys have?
Well, I think we'll have a round of stone brews.
Yep.
Which one?
As dark as you
want?
got it.
Oh, yep, sure can. So he goes, comes back from the bar, drops a round of ales on the table. Rowan, give me a intelligence check.
An intelligence check?
Yep. Oh, okay. This is not the very last keg on Stone Brew's wall. It's probably just a couple kegs before that, but it's in, like the 6 to 10 range, so darker, but not as dark as it comes.
Still perfectly serviceable.
Yep. So there's now dark ales in front of everybody. Guys are just hanging out.
So, now that we're all together, I think maybe it might behoove us to have a conversation about what maybe our specialties are, what we we're going to find ourselves in a wide array of situations, I imagine. And it might be helpful for us to know sort of in what situations, rather, we might excel and which ones we might be less than stellar at. I myself, I'm a storyteller by trade. As a matter of fact, I don't really stay in one place all that long. I just enjoy the world as it was. I'm not so good in the physical confrontations, but I can shoot a bow well enough, and I got a pretty keen sense. What about you, Raspin? Seems like you've quite the jovial fella.
I guess I'm kind of in the same boat. Just want to go out and see what the world has to offer. See a bunch of different places, try a bunch of different things, play a bunch of different games. As far as specialty though, does games of chance count? 'Cause that's most of what I got going for me.
All right.
I'm a little bit luckier than most.
All right. All right.
Good at getting into trouble. Good at sneaking out of it. It's, I don't know. I generally try not to get into too much trouble, too many physical altercations. When I do, I like to have friends like Tahini here along.
All right.
Can I like rustle his hair as he does that?
All right. Tahini, they say you're a native from the Summerlands here. What can you tell us about your time here?
Well, I've spent my time at the monastery for as long as I can remember. I haven't gotten out much, so I will admit I'm not well versed in the more social aspects. I will say this experience has been very eye-opening, and I like your idea of fun. I think it's something I could get used to.
I like her.
A little new to me. A little new to me. I will admit this drink is slightly stronger than anything I've ever had.
Which is really strange, because let me tell you, I have heard some stories about the monastery ales. They are just so full and fruity and full of yeast.
Yeah.
What monastery do you come from?
Well, I will admit, monastery I'm at, they don't really let those training partake in the ale. It's only for guests and visitors. The monastery I hail from is that of the sunflowers, and I have my sheet. And I look up my sheet.
How far away is that?
You looking for the monastery name?
Yeah.
It is the New Order of the Golden Sunflower.
The New Order of the Golden Sunflower.
Well. And how far away is that monastery from here, give or take, day's journey?
Well, it's hard to say. I got here by what I think was a griffin, but not a griffin.
Wow! Really?
I don't know. What didn't breathe? It was just a little trinket that they pulled out of their pocket.
Who pulled out of whose pocket?
Right?
Our friend,
It was a long.
Out of character, I never asked for his name.
Oh, yeah.
I was not at all worried about that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Very well.
But I would say that I've been trained for many years fighting and combat by hand.
She is very good at it. I got to experience that. I got to witness it firsthand last night.
I appreciate your compliments. There are others that are better.
Well, all right. we have ourselves a martial prowess. That's fantastic. And Emerus, I know you and I have shared a couple, but maybe for the benefit of everyone else.
Well, like I said before, I'm wandering around, pretty much going north. I'm pretty good with this hammer. I do have a bit of a temper, so when I tend to lose it, which is not too often, but a bit, I can really destroy things. And I've always had like this weird intuition about stuff, especially like the mystical. I guess magic is what you would call it, but yeah, mostly just hit things with my hammer. Yeah.
All right. Well, I for one cannot wait to see that thing in action because it looks like even Willick would have difficulty picking that up, let me tell you. Whew.
I have a hammer too.
Willick?
I know, I saw.
Mine was made from the sword that killed my father.
That also sounds like quite a story.
Willick,
Yeah.
Willick. So you said your mom and dad died. How did they die? If you don't mind my asking. It seems like you're already pretty forthcoming with these details. What happened, man?
Mom died when I was young. I don't really remember her. My dad was making a sword for a nobleman. I assume it was a nobleman. He had lots of money. And, he turned up dead. The sword was stolen. So I was sold into slavery to pay for it. Just average story, really.
Average story. Wow. You said you spent 3 years in slavery?
3 years.
Is that how long it took you to pay off your debt? Or did you finally break your way out with those enormous arms of yours?
They won't be looking for me. Let's just put it that way.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The witnesses. I like that.
Well, with that said, I suppose it's time for us to potentially complete our second or third round of pints at this point.
You guys finish that, or you guys finish your kind of telling each other what to do about maybe who you are and stuff, and your first round is finished, and they bring out the second round to lay it on the table. It is now getting to be in the evening time, so they are also now beginning to serve the tonight. Let's see what it is tonight. Let's see. Pig last night. Oh. You guys are in for a treat.
He's checking the menu.
Ooh.
So, they have some nice sides of fish for the evening, actually.
Ooh.
I mean, for some of you guys, some of you have not really had. I'm sure everybody, for the most part, has had fish before, but these are nice, large sides of fish. Like these fish are pretty big, but it seems like they cook them. They roast them next to a fire. Some nice. Then after that, they serve it with a nice like cream sauce on it. Alongside it is served, some sliced apples. You guys notice again the fruit is really heavy here. Some sliced apples, some nice dark bread, and some vegetables. There's not too many. Some potatoes and some other root style vegetables, carrots, that kind of thing.
For a place as landlocked as this, having this nice fish is really quite something.
Which, Tahini, you actually, since you are from the summer, there are 2 large lakes in these Summerlands and a fair amount of rivers through which there's a lot of large trout that are caught. So that happens to be one of the things that you guys are eating today. Is one of these large trout.
I believe this fish actually might have come from one of 2 different ponds located in the Summerlands. There's also a few rivers connecting them, but fish of this size, I would imagine it can only come from the 2 lakes.
You don't
Good to
say.
know.
Oh.
Have you seen these lakes before?
No, haven't really been far from the monastery, I must admit.
We can actually show you that real quick. Let's see here. Go back to the Summerlands map for just a moment. So Tahini can kind of see area. So you guys are up here in New Varnhold. Down here, Tahini, you're down from just about over here, just outside of the capital city.
Yeah.
So you are actually very close to the Shimmerlock.
Yeah.
One of the 2 large lakes.
Nice.
All right. Back to town. Yeah, so you guys get dinner, comes out, gets served. And that's when you all notice, especially Rowan notices, that a minstrel begins to play for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good.
What instrument is he playing?
He has what appears to be like a 6-stringed sort of guitar, like a mandolin guitar type style.
Mm-hmm.
He's just playing like light melodies currently, nothing too heavy. As people are more, it's still early dinner, so people are conversing and things like that. Doesn't seem like he wants to break that up yet. He's doing a reasonable job of it.
Sure. I will continue to pay him some mind as we continue and continually assess, the performance and enjoy it, obviously.
Okay. So the night wears on. You guys finish up dinner. They come and take all your plates away. They also bring you another round of drinks. So you guys are on round 3 now. So the people I need to start making some constitution saves for the bit of alcohol that they've now been imbibing. So Tahini, Raspin, Willick, you 3 I need to make the constitution saves. Emerson, Rowan are a little bit to putting away this much alcohol. So. Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
That monk.
Well, okay. I mean, you are.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, you're all actually okay. I mean, you're Willick. You're a little. You can definitely tell you got a little warmth in your body. Now you're a little slow to like move around. You feel a little, almost like you're swimming, kind of. But
You
you're
okay,
just a
Big
little
Man?
buzzed. You're just a little buzzed. You're not necessarily drunk yet, but you're a little buzzed. Tahini, you are fine. You're just like, huh. And Raspin, you are also okay. So, you guys are in your 3rd round. It seems like dinner is for the most part over now.
Okay.
So this is where the minstrel really starts to play. And he does a really bang up job this time around. So it seems like the kind of like melody and playing during dinner, maybe that's not exactly his sort of like style that he prefers to play. But once dinner's over and the crowd's kind of just, in like sort of the hangout mode, relax and drink, he switches his style over and starts playing stuff that's more up tempo, has a nice like steady beat to it. Some people really get into the music. They're like stamping their feet to keep time. For the people that are standing at the wooden platformed area, the people that are in the dirt are either like wrapping their wooden mugs on the turned over barrel tops, or as you see, there are a lot of people who are now kind of pairing off, and actually people are like dancing in this kind of open area. That appears to be like what this open area is for. There's a small open area in the dirt section. People are now dancing to the music being played.
Okay. Is anyone dancing alone?
I mean, there's some people that are not necessarily alone. Instead of just being pairs, there's like 3 people together. Nobody is kind of dancing alone. Make a perception check. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's people. There's some people at the tables around that are like haven't got up to dance yet. So it's still early on, so there's not too many dancers out on the dance floor yet. But
Okay. Are either of you two ladies care to cut a rug, as they say? Are you dancers?
I don't see any rug on that floor.
It's to turn a phrase, Willick.
I will admit, I've never danced before.
Oh, really? It's easy. Here, let me show you. And I'm gonna grab her and pull her up off the table. Unless I can't move her.
it depends on if she goes willingly or not.
I will go willingly.
All right. All right.
So, you guys get out on the dance floor. So you can either, if you have performed dance, you can make that skill check. If not, you can. Let's see. Pull up a character sheet.
I can make a dexterity check to make sure I don't trip over my own feet.
Yeah, you can make perform checks. So you can make either perform, or you can make a dexterity check. Either one, whichever one you would prefer to make.
That one's a little larger. Perfect.
Okay. Okay, you guys are doing relatively good. Tahini's very good at kind of mirroring other people. That she's kind of, you've learned it a lot, from especially early on as a monk. You like very much had to like follow your instructor as they were going through the katas, especially for the first fair bit of time. So you're very good at following somebody else's movements, and so you're very easily picking up like the movements and stuff that Rohan is making. So, you guys are out there and dancing. After a while, you pick it up, you get into the rhythm. The other 3 of you, what are you guys doing back at the table?
I'm just observing.
I'm nursing my drink.
Okay.
The last time I got drunk, things did not go well. I need to be careful. Can I have another?
All right.
Raspin, are you doing anything?
No, just watching.
Okay.
Had quite a day.
Okay. So you guys finish your 3rd round.
We'll sit back down.
Yeah, you guys will sit back down after a little bit.
Thank you, my darling.
Thank you for teaching me.
Anytime, the lessons are always open.
Okay, so he switches over after playing a few more fast-paced songs to playing something a little slower. And again, it goes from being like really good to kind of, just okay, average, serviceable, slow dancing song, essentially.
Well, as soon as the bard stops being good, that's the time that it's time to take our leave. Because often they don't come back from not good. So with that, I don't mind offering to pay the bill and suggest that perhaps it's time we turn in for the night. The one thing I always get is a full night's rest.
Okay. So is everybody paying separate, or is everybody paying?
I believe I just said I offered to pay the bill.
Yep, I gotcha. Gotcha. All right, let's see. 3 rounds, 5 people. Yeah. So total is gonna come to 2 gold and a silver piece.
Fantastic. Here's 4 gold. Make sure that they drink whatever they want, and I will have yourself a good night.
Okay. So is it just Rowan that is leaving, or is
I'm gonna
So-
take this cue to also head in for the night.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan.
okay? So
Me
the
too.
three. Yep. All right. So speaking of Willick, you spent the night kind of sleeping in a jail cell, essentially.
It's better than the ground.
Yep. So are you gonna head like back towards the barracks to try and sleep, or like, what are you doing?
Do you have us extra room here? I'm gonna call to like the waitress.
She's
Barkeep.
like, no, sir. This isn't a tavern. We just drink.
Oh, I thought all taverns were inns.
No, we're just like a food and drink establishment. If it's a place you stay, there's an inn up the street, an inn down the street, and an inn down the street that way. So you got plenty of options.
Can I hear him? Can I hear him talking to the waitress?
Yeah, you and him are still there. You two are the ones remaining.
Willick, I have a very large room. You can come back with me to Smoking Mountain.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah. So, you guys, leave for the evening, head back to the Smoking Mountain.
Which is a bougie place.
Yep, which is the bougie place. So, Willick,
This is much nicer than my slave pits.
I'm sure it is.
for the most part, Willick, you typically either just sleep on the ground, where relatively softer compared to the rest of it, not full of rocks, that kind of thing. You've slept in a couple of like barns, and a couple like more rundown, cheap inns and stuff like that. But you walk into this place, and it looks like a rich person's mansion kind of inside, like a very large lodge, right? So the outside of itself is very interesting structure, as it's made completely out of stone for the most part. A little bit of timber here and there that you can see. It's constructed to look like a mountain, with some windows and stuff on the sides. And then at the top, actually, is where the very top of the mountain is where the chimney is. There's smoke coming out of it, which is how it gets the name the Smoking Mountain. But when you go inside, it looks like a very nice, lavish, like country lodge type style. Nice, soft couches, leather on them, some fabric, a large fireplace with a giant mantle. It currently has a large fire going in it. There is the lady now inside building that MRSU checked in with yesterday. Nods as you come in. She's like, I'm glad to see you back. Are you going to require the room again for the evening?
Actually, is that upgraded room still available?
Why, yes, it is, my dear.
I think I'm gonna take that. My big friend here, he needs.
She looks over at Willick and looks at you, and she's like, does he need his clothes cleaned?
Willick, do you want your clothes cleaned?
Sure, but I don't have anything else to wear. Is this one of those places?
The lady, the older lady behind the counter says, "No, sir, it is not."
No.
I believe finding something to fit him is going to be hard.
Just wrap a sheet around him.
Oh, that would work. Yes, I can. Let me get you an extra bed sheet. She's like, okay, here. And she's carrying the bed sheet. She's like, and she also has a basket with her, seemingly for Willick's dirty clothes. So she takes you up to the 3rd floor to where the master suite is.
Ooh.
So she takes you in to the master suite. The area has like an open kind of living space with another giant fireplace in it. You can tell this is built into where the main fireplace is from downstairs and comes up. There's a fireplace there. So 2 very nice large couches, table and chairs, a desk over on one side, and then there's 2 doors on either side. On the right is a very large bedroom with like an extra large, like even larger than king size bed, 4-posted, super lush and lavish, nice drapes, the whole 9 yards in there. And then the other door is actually like a private privy.
Nice.
Yep, but that is the room. So
That's where I'll put the bucket.
Just put the bucket in the privy. Leave it.
Okay.
You can take the bed. You can take the bed because it's like you had a hard life, so you can take the bed. I'll take the couch. I'm a little paranoid, so I'll take the couch.
So the older lady, after Willick deposits the bucket in privy, then leads Willick into the bedroom where there is a like dressing screen, and she's like, "Sir, if you would go behind the screen, take off your clothes, and then she's like, toss them over here." She takes a step back. She's like, "Just toss them over the screen, and I will them, and then I will hand the bed sheet over to you, and you can then wrap that around yourself for the evening."
Okay.
So, Willie, you start taking off your clothes and throwing them. Okay. So there's some interesting, like, kind of almost like it sounds like wet clothing hitting the ground.
Oh.
It's just,
Oh.
yep. And then, she then
Like Saint Bernard shaking it off.
yep, gingerly like reaches down, picks up the disgusting clothes and drops them in the basket. She's like, "I have to throw this basket out." Hands the towel over the top of the screen to Willick.
Thank
Actually,
you.
Yep. There you go. So you can. She's like, "Okay. You all have a wonderful evening, and the clothes will be ready in the morning." She's like, "They'll just be outside the door when you wake up."
Thank you.
Welcome. She leaves and closes the door.
She's not going to steal my clothes, is she?
No,
I've
she's
had that
gonna
happen
steal
before.
I believe me, I understand you. Shit happens to me all the time. She's not gonna steal your clothes. This is a very nice place.
Okay. So, do you guys just head to bed for the evening?
I guess so.
Yep.
So everybody gets in their beds. Willick, you climb into this bed, and you're just like, you feel like you're sleeping on a cloud. The experience for you is almost considering what you're used to. Emrys, you sleep on the couch.
Yep,
Still nice. I mean, the couches are large and soft. Plenty of room for you.
I'm good.
Everybody else has the rooms that they've had before. You guys all have sleep through the night. No problem.
Just before I go to sleep,
Yep.
I'll get myself all cleaned up. Neatly fold my daytime clothes. You know, kneel down beside my bed before I go to sleep. And I will say, feet if a walk. Blessed is the long road, the destination, the homeward path, and all who make the journey. Let each dream be a bright star in the night sky of your mind. Lighten your path in the day. And I close my eyes, and I'll get into bed, and I go to sleep.
Okay.
I will also pray to my deity before going to bed.
Okay. Your deity in particular, you don't have to pray
Yeah.
before you go to bed.
Okay.
You have to be up at the crack of dawn.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yep. Which you're used to. So you go to bed, and you actually, as at the crack of dawn, you awaken. before dawn, you awaken to prepare yourself for the rising sun.
Mm-hmm. And I
Thoughts?
will pray to her as the sun rises in the sky. I do not have a beautiful speech prepared.
Nope. I mean, you know that as for the monastic order that you're, since it's new, you guys don't really, you know that you don't say much in the way of prayers. For you, it's more of like going through your certain katas and stuff in the morning is more like your the way you worship. So that's what you're doing in your room, going through your katas. Okay. So everybody awakens in the morning in their respective areas. So we will go with Emrys and Willick first, since you guys are sharing an area. You guys in the morning.
Okay.
The basket of Willick's clothes is indeed outside the door, cleaned,
Awesome.
even a little bit patched here and there.
Willick, your clothes are here.
Why did you let me drink?
No one let you drink. You're capable of making the decision by yourself.
Clothes, please. I'm sorry.
Here you go. Poor guy.
I'll totally forget the hide behind the screen part.
It's
So
a
do
full
I.
moon.
Slavery and modesty do not go together.
No.
Okay. So Willick is just changing in the middle of his room. Yep. Emrys is like, whatever, man. Alright. Back at the Iron Lion Inn. Raspin, you awake? Go through your morning routine, your little bit of prayer to Nivi Rambodazzle. And then what do you do after that?
I'm gonna see if I can find my my friend Tahani, since I know that she's staying here, either in her room or around downstairs, and see if we can get breakfast.
She is indeed in her room. Knock on the door. So Tahini, Raspin is at your door.
Breakfast time.
I open the door. I think Rowan's staying here too. Do you know what room he's at?
No, but there's only one way to find.
Maybe we should let him sleep.
But you were just asking about him.
I'm sure he'll meet us downstairs.
All right.
Alright, so you guys go downstairs to get breakfast. Rowan, you wake up in your room.
Yep. Feeling well rested?
Yep, feeling well rested.
Perfect. It's going to be a good day. I'll get myself dressed, pack up all my stuff, all my belongings, and I'll bring them downstairs.
See, I told you he'd meet us downstairs.
You go into the dining area, and sure enough, Raspin and Keeney are down there sitting at a table.
Good morning. How are we doing today?
Good. Right? Yeah. I rolled 24. I'm good.
Fantastic. Do you have all your stuff ready? Or are we gonna eat and then get ready?
Got everything I need.
Yep.
Perfect. Well, let's say we enjoy ourselves one last breakfast here in this town, and then we head on down to the barracks and see if we can't get ourselves on our way.
Sounds
like.
Sounds good. I think they're serving eggs and toast here.
Suits me fine.
Yep.
As
So yes.
long as they've got coffee, I got no problems.
And that they do. So, you guys get your breakfast. Emrys and Willick. This morning, you guys are hungry. You know, Smoky Mountain unfortunately does not serve food to its guests.
Right. All right. Willick, are you hungry?
Always.
My kind of guy. Okay. Let's check out and head out. Get something to eat. Okay. Stairs.
Okay. Where would you like to go to eat?
I don't want to go back to the pig place.
I don't think we're allowed back at the pig place, so we won't be going there. Do we know that they're all staying at the Iron Lion? Or whatever
Yeah,
it's called?
you are aware that they.
Okay. Well, I think the others are staying at the Iron Lion, so we probably should go over there.
I've never had lion. Sure, why not?
We're just gonna let that go. Just gonna go.
All right, so you guys head down, and you walk in, and somebody at the front desk is like, "Oh, hello. Are you checking in for the day?"
Actually, we're looking to get some breakfast and looking for some friends of ours.
Oh, well, the dining area is right in the back. Normally, breakfast is just complimentary for guests, but we can arrange something.
Oh, we'll pay you. You're
Yeah.
fine.
So he's like, "Yeah, we can arrange something. Go ahead." So you go back. You know, breakfast is just a silver piece each. You know, nothing major. You go back. You find Rowan, Raspin, and Tahini sitting at a table in the middle of their breakfast.
Oh, hello. How's everyone this morning?
Pull up a
Interesting.
chair. Pull up a chair. Willick, how was your first night in a while as a free man?
The bed was really soft.
Is that good?
I didn't
or
know
bad?
beds could get that soft.
Well, I guess we can count on little Miss Emrys here to not be poor.
I wanted to. He's a free man. I wanted to treat him to something nice
Good on you.
before we get all rugged.
Good on you. All right. Well, I suppose we should finish up some breakfast once we're all done. I thought we might head on over to the barracks and see if they got our cart ready.
Okay. So you guys finish your breakfast. You guys head down. You know, late morning. Head down to the barracks. You guys go to the barracks. You knock on the side that you left from. You are. You know, Sergeant Phila is there. Alon is not there. So just Sergeant Phila. It's who. Just like, good. You guys didn't decide to run away in the middle of the night. It's hopefully a good sign.
Oh, come on now, fella. I'm a man of my word, if nothing else.
I knew that you would be here. I wasn't sure about everybody else. Glad to see you all pulled through.
We had ourselves a good time last night. You missed out.
Oh, did I now? Well, that's sad. Unfortunately, I was stuck in paperwork. Yeah. So we have a provision. Go. Whenever you guys are, we'll get you on the road.
Now's as good a time as any.
Yeah.
So he leads you out. So they have, 4 horses and a pony. So, and 2 of the sort of regular-sized horses, Rowan and Tahini, and they have 2 larger horses that they give to Emrys and Willick, and the pony is then for Raspin.
You're small.
Is it a normal pony or is it a...
It's a normal pony. Just a slightly smaller horse. It's not like a miniature pony or anything like that. Nothing ridiculous.
What are all the horses' names?
Rowan looks at you. Phila looks at you and he's just like, I don't. We just bought them yesterday. That I don't think. I don't know their names if they have any.
Name
So
your
you can name.
whatever
You can
want.
name.
It's your
You
lucky
can
day, and
name
you get to
them.
name them.
It's your lucky day.
Really?
Unless anyone has any objections.
I think you should help me. What are you gonna call yours?
It's bad luck to name your own horse.
I've never heard of that rule.
Then my horse shall have no name.
I thought I'd refer to my horse as Horse, but I'm a little bit more traditional.
Well,
This
we'll have.
is definitely a conversation for the road.
They'll come to you. You'll know when it's
Awesome.
right.
Everybody gets on their horses, and you guys head on the road out of town to the south.
He who shall not be named is one. Horse.
So that's
Yep. Rowan's is horse. Oh. Horse. I'll get to everyone else.
Okay. So you guys are, like I said, you guys head out south. You guys head out. You guys go this way.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you guys know that you have a 7-day journey to get from here all the way down to the Leviton Orchard. Phila tells you just before you leave, it'll take you 3 days to get to Northwatch. 2 days from Northwatch to Southwatch, and then another 2 days from Southwatch to Farm, or to the Orchard.
All right.
Okay. Let's head out.
So, you guys head out. There is a fair bit of traffic coming from the south up north. There's not too much traffic going from the south, or from the north to the south. There's a lot of, you guys pass through a lot of carts of fruits. Apples, some oranges, some lemons, pears.
Any of them
Whole gamut.
any of them happen to be in bad condition?
Nothing that you see. Everything looks like to be in pretty good condition for the most part.
All right.
I got it. Your horse can be named Ace. Like the ace of spades in that card game you just showed me.
it was a dice game.
The dice game.
We'll get the card game. Don't worry about it.
That there is why it's unlucky to name your own horse, by the way. So I suppose while we're on the road, we'll be occasionally stopping at travelers and asking them what they've been seeing down there, and
Okay.
ask them if they heard anything about the orchard fire.
Yep. You can go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. Yeah, so most people are pretty cut off when they talk to you. They just don't really want to talk too much. They seem to be very busy. They're like, it's already towards the end of the season, end of the harvest season. They're kind of the last ones to be going north, and they're like, yeah, we need to get to market as soon as possible, or we're not going to make much back on our carts.
Far be it from me to stand in your way.
Yep. For the most part, you don't hear any bad news. They don't have any bad news to give. Nobody's heard anything about Leviton Orchard burning or anything like that. Everybody's just like, everything's been peaceful and quiet. But no.
All right. During my time asking, it very much is, hey, how are things over at Lebanon Orchard? Not giving away sort of what it is that we're going to do.
Yep. Okay. So you guys make it through the first day traveling. The sun starts to set, getting towards nightfall. So getting to be about the time when you should be stopping to make a camp.
All right. Well, we'll look around for a nice place that's decently sheltered. Either that or wide open. Sort of in between, I guess.
Okay. So you guys look for a place to camp. So who wants to make?
Sorry, what's that? Who wants to make what?
What?
Who wants to make the survival check to find a good campsite?
I believe I can do that.
Basically, like to find something that's not like low ground, so that like if it rains, type thing, if it floods or something. Okay, yeah, you find a pretty good spot. You kind of like find a couple like an outcropping of bush and some rocks, break the wind and stuff like that. So you guys get a relatively good campsite.
This one here do nicely.
Yep. I set up a campfire. Eat some of the provisions that are provided you, mostly general road food, some dried fruits, some cheese, some bread, some harder bread, so it doesn't go bad as quickly. And then there's some jerky and stuff in there too. General.
Well, this is a damn sight worse than the fish we had the other night, but I suppose it'll have to do.
Okay, so now we get into the fun bit of what's the watch is going to look like.
I will always volunteer for full first watch. Always, always, always.
I'll take second watch.
Okay.
Or you know what? I'll take the last watch so I can watch the sunrise.
I'll do second then.
Okay. Who wants third?
I'll do whatever's left.
Okay. The third watch. That leaves Raspin not take a watch. Seems fine considering he's spellcaster. So, alright. So, Rowan is going to take first watch. Alright, Rowan. You guys, alright, do you guys have a campfire?
What time of year is it?
It is, let's see, no, you just had...
Fall?
Yeah, it's just kind of after towards the tail end of the harvest, middle of the harvest season.
We would likely have a fire going then.
Yeah, it's a little cool. It's not super cool, but it's a little cool. All right. So go ahead and make me a perception check, Rowan.
There you are.
Okay. Yeah, you don't really see much happening during your watch. Nothing really, See some birds and stuff. Now.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, then at the end of my watch, I'll get close to my bedroll and I'll say my prayers and I'll go back to sleep.
All right. So Emers's watch. She's on second. On. Emrys, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Okay. Right.
I see all.
You do see all.
I see dead.
In fact, you see the 4 shapes kind of out amongst you guys. So you guys are traveling kind of like hills. It's a couple hills away, but you see some dark shapes come over the top of the hill and then down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wait, and then on the hill after that, you see them come to the hill and then back down. And so you know that they're going to come over. If they're going to keep going the way they are, they're about to come over the top of your hill. Come over the hill that you're going to look up and see, and then come back down.
Okay. I'm going to grab my hammer.
Yep.
And I'm just going to walk slowly to whoever's closest to me.
Okay, so we're going to do this. This is going to be our lovely random encounter map.
Excellent.
So you guys are loosely sleeping around the campfire. Move her off there. Freehand a terrible campfire right here. Alright, campfire. Alright, so Emrys, you see them coming from this direction, down here.
Okay.
All right. They are humanoid. And they are creeping along the top of the hill. So you
Alright.
said you're gonna move to whoever.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is actually going to be. No, it'd probably be whoever just went to who just had the watch before you. So it will be Rowan.
Okay. I'm gonna kick him.
Oh, that's one way to wake somebody up. Rowan, you
I'll
get
play, fool.
a shot to the ribs.
Ow!
Since you're in the middle of sleep.
Ow! What the?
Shh. There's people coming.
All right. So with that, I'll reach over, and I'll grab Tahani's ankle or whatever the hell is closest, so I can kind of reach out that.
Grab
far.
my what?
Ankle.
Grab your
Your
ankle, and just kind of like give you a tug.
Huh? What?
Shh.
Okay, so it's at this point, Emrys, that you see them cresting the top of the hill, starting to come down your side. 4 humanoids coming down. They all appear to be carrying what look to be spears.
Okay.
Hands coming down. They're definitely headed towards your campfire. So with that, we are going to roll initiatives.
Am I awake yet?
You are not, but roll initiative anyway. That way you don't have to roll it when you do wake up. Okay. So we have Emrys with a 20. Rowan.
Nice.
Nice. 17. Oh, Tani or Tahini with a 5. Hello, cat.
Meow.
Yep, go on. Aspen with a 19. And Willock with an 8. All right,
Hold on.
Emrys.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Go.
Okay, Emrys.
Yes.
Up first.
Of course I am. Are they there yet, or am I just standing ready?
Let's see, hold on. I have to do something real quick. This one is. I should have done this before, and I didn't realize it. I have to hit save on all of them? That's annoying. Sorry. I'm trying to give you guys control of your player token. That seems like it's important.
That was not done.
That was not done, no.
Aha!
Aspen.
Fantastic.
This one. Alright, so you guys should now have control of your player tokens. Alright, so Emrys, you are up first.
Yeah.
They are currently 75 feet, 80 feet, 95 feet, 70 feet away from up
Okay.
the hill. You know that Rowan is awake next to you, and he has woken up Tahani. And so that leaves Willick and Raspin that are currently still asleep.
Okay. I'll walk over I'm still like ready, but I'll walk over to Willick and also kick him.
Okay. Over to Willick. Yep. Willick, wake up to a nice kick in the ribs.
What was that?
Wake up.
Is it my turn already?
No, there's people coming. Get ready.
Okay. Alright, so that is Embers. That is going to bring us to Raspin, make a perception check. Okay, you do not hear anything. So you're still fast asleep. Rowan.
Yes, sir. Well, I suppose since they are so far away, they are exactly where I want them. So I will take some movement. I will ready my bow. And I will knock one arrow. And I will fire myself a shot. Trying to figure out how I do lines now.
It's the circle with a little kind of dash mark through the top. Underneath the magnifying glass.
Alright. Alright. Well, it looks like I will fire here, move and fire at this gentleman right there, if whatever the heck that is. Can I determine from this distance what I think they might be?
Well, it is nighttime. You guys have a campfire, but they appear not to have lights. The stars and moon are out, so there is some like moonlight. So it is low light, but
As a human, that gives me a hard no.
Yep, yeah. So you can just tell that there's things moving over there, but that's pretty much all you can make out. To the point where shooting at them is also going to be difficult for you.
Then I'm pretty sure I would just sit here and hold until I feel like I had a semi-clear shot.
Okay, got it. That is going to be to turn. So they see you guys moving. 30, 45, 60. There. Alright, so they just double move and advance. Should be. Yep. Okay, so they are now close enough to your campfire to start seeing them. So
all of them, or just the ones in the very front?
30, 35. So these two, right? 30, 35. These guys are still kind of in the shadows, we'll say. They're almost there. They're on the edge of the firelight.
Then once he moves up, I'll unleash my shot.
Yep. Go ahead and take it. 9 will miss.
That is a miss.
Yep. Okay. Let's see here. Willick,
Yes?
you're laying on the ground. You can see now two like kind of come into the firelight. This guy and this guy are still kind of back in the shadows a bit, but you can tell there's things there. But yeah, they look like humans, wearing leather armor, carrying short swords, have masks over their face.
I'm going to stand in charge.
Let's see here. I gotta remember. Charge. It's what happens when you haven't played in a while. Yeah, charge is a full round action. So you can't actually stand up and charge. 'Cause standing up from prone is a move action. Take a move action, stand up, and then after, you can
Sounds good to me.
choose what you would like to do with your standard action after that.
Move
Just gonna
down
move-
here.
You move up again.
Yeah.
You should have the ability to move your token, so let you do that.
You got to use the arrow.
Yep, the
Select
arrow at the
move.
top. Yep, yep, there you go. Tahani. Whatever we want to call you.
We can't hear y'all.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry. Yeah.
There you go.
Am I still laying down or am I standing at this point?
You are laying down currently.
Alright, I will get up
Mm-hmm.
and then approach the person uppermost person.
Okay. Let's see here. Your speed is 40 or 30?
Do you want to use your whole minute to get here?
Yes.
Alright.
Character
You
sheet.
did it.
Speed. That's right, you're slower. Yep, okay. So you move there. Got it.
Nice.
So back to the top with Empress.
So how far away? My move is 30. So how do I do this? I want to. I want to get in front of that guy.
Okay, so let's move you to here.
Thanks.
You can move up and you can take a swing.
Yep.
13. So he barely manages to duck out of the way at the last moment. Your hammer
Aw.
just flies just over his head. Okay. Rowan,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it
Yeah,
is
well-
your turn.
I will make a quick move up to here.
Mhm.
And yeah, I will take another shot at this gentleman right here.
Okay.
I should have line of sight. Plus, I have
Yep.
no problem firing into melee.
You got the nice precise shot. 11. Goes just a little bit wide.
Just a bit.
Don't try to be a little bit. It's a little dark and shadowy still. Hopefully you don't want to hit your new friend and then
No, sir.
shoot a little bit wide.
That's
I
it
should
for
have
me.
had Raspin. What, 19? Raspin, go ahead and make another perception check. So nobody has woken you up.
Oh, I suppose I could have yelled, "Hey, Raspin, lazy bones, wake up!"
I'm good down here.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you wake up to the sounds of fighting.
Ah! Alright, I'm gonna get up
Uh huh.
and look around.
Yep. So you see
So getting up is my
standard action or move action.
move action. So I can't move and do that. Alright, we will cast Bless.
Oh,
That's exciting.
Okay. So range is what? Was it a 30-foot radius?
Is 50,
It's a 50-foot radius.
I think. I
don't-
will
I don't-
double check.
Yep. Double check on that.
even at 30 feet, it covers us all fine.
Yeah. That's what I was
Yep,
saying. Even if it's 30 feet,
50.
it's everybody. It's 50. Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
So everybody gets what? A +1 morale bonus. Is that right?
Yeah, to attacks and
Attacks
saves
and
against
saves.
fear.
So everybody's gonna get a +1 to hit, which is nice.
Yo.
All right. Now it is the parent attacker's turn. Okay. So, on Tahani. Tahani, what is your armor class? 14, is that right? I remember that.
That
correctly?
sounds right.
Yes.
Okay. And he will hit with his short sword.
Boo.
4 points of damage. Just thrust forward towards you, and you're just a little too slow to move out of the way. Gets you just along the side.
Oh no.
Thrust. Yep. All right. On Willick. Willick, your AC is a 12. He will hit Willick.
Ooh.
4 points of damage. You get stabbed again. Similarly to yesterday, takes a swipe at you.
Why do people keep stabbing me?
Hits you across the chest for 4 points of damage. And then the two on Emrys. Emrys, what is your armor class?
18.
Yeah, the one person with actual AC. That'll doesn't even hit your armor, just goes completely wide. The other guy does connect, but does not get through your armor. Kind of just glances off, leaving a nice black mark on your armor. Breastplate that you wear. That's going to bring us to Willick.
I'm going to use my hammer.
Okay. I don't know if we put the hammer on your...
No, we did not.
We did not put it on your character sheet. I figured you would just punch people.
Well, these have made me. They've stabbed me. They've made me mad enough to go for the killing blow.
The hammer should actually be the same thing as your...
Yeah, just a base attack.
Yeah, it's just a d6. Yeah, okay, yeah. The hammer is all the same. Attacks are attack. It'll be the exact same thing. It's just you're hitting with a hammer instead of your wrist.
No.
Hi.
Click on the unarmed weapon attack.
Yeah. Like the name actually unarmed attack should be like there. You should be able to click on that, so it should pop up and say unarmed.
Oh, unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Yep, that one. There we go.
Boom.
You still hit, and you hit him for a whole 7 points of damage. You take your hammer, and you just slam it into the side of him, catch him right in the shoulder, break his left arm.
Ooh.
So they were carrying spears, and I gave him short swords. Whatever, they have short swords. Yeah, you break his left arm. It's just kind of hanging there at his side, and he kind of staggers a bit. Took a pretty hard hit. All
I
right.
don't like people that use swords.
Tahani.
All right, I am going to hit the guy in front of me with a flurry of blows.
All right. Full on flurry here. All right, so the first one misses. Second one hit. So a nice
Okay.
1-2 combo. The first one goes just, kind of just ducks under it, but then hit him square in the face for 8
That's-
points of damage.
Ducks under it right into the rest.
It's right. Yep, right into the other one. All right, hits him right in the face. His head snaps back, comes back, goes to hold his face, and his eyes are kind of. He's still standing there. All right, back to the top with Emrys.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna take another swing.
Okay, what you doing? Oh, jeez. All right. So you pulled out. So you are going into a rage.
Yeah, I'm pissed. There's lots of people around me. Bitches be dying.
So dying is right. So you guys watch as Emrys just bellows, screaming in the air, just goes overhand with her Earthbreaker and just brings it down right on the top of this guy's skull, and he just kind of and then doesn't spring back out of it, straight through.
Oh.
Just kind of splats on the ground. Yep. Man, 15 is even 15 damage, and that's minimum damage. That's oh no, you got a 2 and a 1. Still
Ugh.
close to minimum. Yep. All right. So he is dead. Just straight dead. All right. Raspin.
Which one is died?
Which one has died? Which one did you attack?
The one next to me.
This one or
Yeah.
this one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy is dead. Got it. Delete him off the map.
We are going to. I can split up my movement, right? And then do something, and then.
Nope.
finish or-
That is
No?
that
Okay.
is 5th edition rules, not Pathfinder.
All right, cool. I'm gonna step up here, and I'm
Not
going
yet, anyway.
to touch my friend Tahani on the shoulder and give her a bit of luck.
Okay. That gives her
So-
the ability to roll her next.
So I'm gonna double check the wording. I am pretty sure it is any she has for the next round.
Yep. Yeah. You should be able to just click bit of luck, and it should. Pretty sure I did everything into its description. Maybe I didn't, and I'm just lying, but I think I did.
Lies.
Maybe I didn't. If it's not in like traits and
Additional?
abilities or whatever, then I didn't put it in there.
Traits.
I can do this. I have access to all your character sheets. I can do
Wait,
it.
there it is. Bit of luck.
So it should say what it is. Bit of luck. There you go. You can just willing creature
nice.
next round. Anytime the target rolls a d20, it may roll twice and take the more favorable result.
Nice.
Woohoo!
So that includes attack rolls. So
Yes.
cool.
Nice.
So Tahani, next time you roll an attack, you have to roll 2d20s. Essentially advantage from 5th edition. Right. It's nice. Pretty good bonus there. Nice buff. Rowan.
All right, so I will call out Emrys. What a shot! I was hoping I would get to see that swing in action, and I will fire a longbow with the one that I've been trying to hunt down.
Okay. So the one on the far. So is it this one?
No.
No, this one doesn't matter.
Yeah. that-
Either way, still flies just a little bit wide.
Yeah.
They're just on the edge of the shadows for
Have
your-
I been able to
your vision.
figure out what they are? Are they just outside of the vision?
They're still they look like they're humans. The ones that are it's in the firelight just look.
No.
All right. Their turn. All right. So one on Tahani.
Yep.
Swing and miss. He goes to stab
Swing
you
and a
again.
miss.
He goes to stab you again, just like last time, and this time you managed to just dodge out of the way of his attack. The one on Willick. Nope, that will miss a 12. He only got an 11. So goes to swing at Lilic and just barely passes, just right in front of Willick's. Just took a wild swipe. And the one on Emrys. Oh, will actually hit.
What?
Nice. I rolled a 17.
Double rage.
I rolled a 17 plus 2. Right. So you take 6 points of damage. Yeah, your
Okay.
AC is also 2 less because you're raging.
I got more hit points.
You do. You have a couple extra temporary hit points. So you take 6 points of damage. He manages to catch you kind of where your breastplate isn't covering. Your breastplate gets you kind of down in the lower stomach. Hit you with a nice stab. Willick.
Swinging for the fences again.
Going with the hammer. All right.
Oh, yes.
Well, that will hit and deal 9 points of damage. So you clock him right in the side of the
Wow.
bone, and he just falls over. Yep, he falls over, bleeding out of the side of his eye socket and his
Oh.
ear.
This isn't the first time I've seen brains.
Yep.
This week.
Tahani.
I'm gonna keep clobbering.
Okay,
With what?
so you're going singular attack or full attack?
Unarmed attack.
Just one. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So go ahead and click the button once, and then if it misses, I'll have you. Oh no, that hits. Don't even bother. I mean, I guess you should re-roll in case you get a natural 20. So just click on it again.
No.
Oh, okay. So the first one. Got it. So 6 points of damage. Okay, that is enough to take him down. You get him with a nice
Wow.
uppercut to the jaw, and you watch his head snap back, and you again also hear the snapping of bone, and he falls backwards.
Ooh.
All right, Emrys.
I'm gonna do what I did before.
Yep, you're just gonna keep raging and power attacking. Jesus. So she went straight down on the past guy, and then she back up with the upper hand, and you watch as she catches him kind of underneath, and you just his entire side of his body just collapses inwards to him, breaking
I really
the
hope they
skin and
weren't going to help
everything,
us.
breaking the skin and stuff, and he's just a mess.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Just like that, combat is over.
Just run.
There were never any bandits. What bandits?
Two of them. I mean, the two that Tani and Willick took down. You know, they're just dead. The two that Emrys took down are just like half puddled.
Wow.
They're giant messes.
Smear
so
against the landscape.
Emrys, now that the fight is over, is like leaning against her hammer, deep breaths in and out, like panting.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yep. Let's see who is near her. That might be. Let's see. Let's see. You're human. You're human. Remember what you have. I know, Raspin, you can make a perception roll, and so can Tahani. You two can make
Okay.
perception rolls.
Perception.
Back to chat. An 11 and a 12. Okay, nothing. Nope, don't worry about it. You guys notice that the bodies are just laying on the ground. Those of you that are close, you can tell these are definitely just humans. They're wearing leather armor. Each one is carrying a short sword. Each one has a small belt pouch on them. Looks like they're probably just, they all have like masks of cloth, black cloth that they have over top of their face. Looks like they're just highway men, just trying to, they saw a campfire close to the road and went for it. Bit off a little more than they can chew. Ended up paying for it with their lives. So amongst them, you have armor. Two of which probably really need to be repaired and very well cleaned before they can be used again.
We'll just leave those. We'll just leave those there.
Okay, and then 4 short swords, and then amongst the 4 of them, you will find a total of 12 gold.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay. So
I'm
with
gonna
that,
put my bow away, and I'm just gonna look at Emrys and say, like, "Why did you even wake me up? That was marvelous."
You're welcome. I'm kind of tired.
okay.
All right.
So with that, I'm assuming you guys go back to sleep. Go through the last bit of watches that you have, which go uneventfully. You guys wake up in the morning. There's still the messes of bodies laying there in the ground.
The coyotes didn't.
Now
come in
that
the night
now
and
that
take away the bodies.
no, they didn't come in the middle of the night. Emrys was too close. You guys can see in the daylight. It looks even more disgusting than it was
It's
last night.
beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah. Giant messes. Anyway, so you guys get your horses together. You guys eat a little bit of breakfast. You guys set on the way and continue on the path towards the Leviton Orchard. And that is where we will end it for tonight.
Woo.
All right, good job. All right, guys, good job on your first session this campaign.
Well, thank you everybody for sticking it out as long as you did. For those of you that are still here, for those of you that came into the raid, thank you very much. Hopefully you're still sticking around. Feel free to give us a follow the channel, and we'll be doing this every Wednesday night from 8 o'clock until around now, give or take. So feel free to come on, stop by. You can follow us all on Twitter, of course. We have our Twitter tags here at the bottom, exception of Travis. And hopefully you guys tune in next week. In the meantime, I'll still be hanging out in chat for a little bit.
Yeah, same. I will log on and hang out in chat so that people want to ask questions, I'm there to answer them, or any questions you might have for the GM, because while we play, I don't have the stream on. So.
Yeah, it's just easier if I'm the only one managing that stuff for now, until we all kind of settle in. But, that said, guys, what a great show.
Yay!
I missed y'all.
So excited. Travis, when did you decide that you were going to be a giant baby man? When did that happen?
Like right from the beginning.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he started talking in the those were all recorded, and they should all be. I'm gonna wait a couple weeks, edit them and release them later on, because they have some background information for each of the characters, and I just don't want them to be available in case I know my players wouldn't do this in case the players watch them or whatever, But then that way, a couple sessions down the line, everybody could just watch everybody else's session zeros just to see what fun and stuff was had. But yes, we did those, and from the onset, the first time he talked, he did the voice, and I was just like, oh my god.
It
was in the concept of the character.
I'm so excited. That was so good. And just like right out of nowhere too. I was just like, oh man. Oh man.
Yep.
Oh well. Sorry guys, you're stuck with a shitty bard that can't fucking hit anything at level 1 with an arrow. Sorry. It's time for the rest of you to face tank for a while. I'm hanging up my axe.
No! It was more the survival track.
I can do that. That I can do. I'm a skill monkey. Look at me.
Yeah, but it's still not as high as it was.
No, that was absurd. By the end, it was dumb.
By the end.
My passive perception was like completely off the charts.
Oh look, there's 27 termites in that tree.
I see dead people. Exactly. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But Danielle, thank you for joining us. I'm so glad to have you aboard.
Thank you.
Hope everyone was pleased or happy that I joined.
It's good.
Yes.
Is very good. Yeah, I for one cannot wait to see where this whole campaign heads. Like, knowing the maniacal crazy shit that Jason is going to put us through, like, not just knowing that he is capable of doing that shit. Like, what he did for us last campaign, most of it was written, right? Except for like the character hook. So it was kind of like stuff that he was priced into. This is all his crazy diabolic doing. Everything from beginning to end.
I mean, so this is basically, we played through Pathfinder campaign that we played through was Kingmaker. All of us together except for Danielle. We had another friend who was in on that one for half of it. So, this time around, since Dan wasn't able to play the last one or commit to this one, we brought Danielle into play. But so, like, we played through Kingmaker. You guys made this thing. I've been working on another campaign thing that I was trying to be more like a campaign, like an adventure path for a Pathfinder. And I got to a point where I was just like, I have a headache. I need to work on something else. And so I started working on the stuff that I was kind of trying to do for like level 17 to 20 for you guys to play through for Kingmaker. And it just fell down a rabbit hole essentially and made an entire campaign out of it. And that's now what we're playing, where it's like it's 100+ years after the end of Kingmaker, of the first Kingmaker campaign, and now you guys get to play new characters and see kind of how the kingdom you guys created evolved and what's going on now and all this craziness.
Is there going to be big statues to us? Like we passed the statues of the founders?
I don't know. You
I
guys
thought you
are
were
going
going to ask about Tiny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long does Tiny live?
I don't know. You guys will find out.
Owlbears live to be
Yeah,
how old?
that's the best part of this is like you guys get,
Tiny.
you know,
Yeah.
yep.
I don't know
It's
about
gonna
you
be
guys.
interesting.
I already heard. I'll spoiler alert. I already heard a story
Yep.
about one of our characters.
I heard a story about 3 of your characters.
Yep. I can tell you. Yeah, it's already come up.
Ah!
So good, so good.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, it came up in the episode zeros. So, yeah. I mean, it's you guys are gonna see stuff that you recognize, and then you're gonna see guys stuff that's changed, and so maybe some things you don't expect.
It's
So.
gonna be wild.
Tiny.
It's gonna be wild. All right. Well, let's call her an evening. Chat's over
Tiny
to
might
Yeah.
have babies.
Tiny might have babies. I'm not sure who Tiny would have mated with, but Tiny might have babies.
For those at home, Tiny is an owl bear that they found as an egg and then hatched and then basically raised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very near and dear to Becca's heart.
You gave them a
yeah,
pet too.
So that's it for us, really, right? And yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, everybody, tune in next week. We will see you here, 8 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully y'all come back for more. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.